Hello dear student, I am Vijay's Maths faculty in Resonance Hyderabad welcomes you in the detailed analysis and discussion of today's JEE Mains Shift 1 solution. Okay, so we begin the discussion with the mathematics. Now, okay, so our first question, whatever questions we are presenting here, these are based on memory. And might be data something little will be different, but questions pattern is exactly same. Okay, and that's why here we didn't wrote the options also, but there was the question cos inverse 12 by 13 cos x plus 5 by 13 sin x, and we need value of this one where they give that x is belongs to pi by 2 to pi. Okay, now let's start it. So here they give cos inverse of 12 by 13 cos x plus 5 by 13 sin x. Now, by the way, if you consider here 12 by 13, 5 by 13, these are the two numbers whose sum of square is equal to 1. It means like a square plus b square equal to 1. So, we can get the formula of cos a minus b here. If I consider this one as cos theta, then when you find sin theta root over 1 minus cos square, then this will be the sin theta. Okay, so it looks like cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. That can be written as cos of A minus B. It means x minus theta. Okay? And here we have cos inverse of this value. Now actually x is belongs to pi by 2 to pi, and over theta, cos theta is positive, theta lies in first quadrant. So can I say x minus theta also be in first quadrant? That will be less than pi by 2, but greater than, or it will be greater than 0 but less than pi. So it lies in the range of cos inverse. So cos inverse and cos will be removed each other, and you will get x minus theta. I am putting the value of theta back. Theta is cos inverse 12 by 13. Okay. It might be given in terms of tan inverse that we can convert, or in sin inverse. But this was the one question. Now, if we coming to next question, it is given like find domain of f of gx, where they give fx and gx in form of composite function. They are asking domain. Okay. So for the domain of f of gx, first fx is log x. So what is the domain of log x? Domain of fx is belongs to is equal to 0 comma infinity na. Log is only defined for positive numbers. Okay, so can I say that gx value need to be greater than 0. Gx they give in this way, x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus 2x plus 2. In denominator you have 2x square minus 2x plus 1 greater than 0. Now if you see here in denominator 2x square minus 2x plus 1, it is always positive. This value is always positive. Why? Because d is less than 0. If you find b square minus 4ac, d less than 0, it means you have no root. If no root, then when you draw the graph will be like this one. So it always be positive. So if it is positive, we can multiply to 0. Then finally we are having x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus 2x plus 2 greater than 0. Now we want value of x so that this expression always be positive. Okay. Now for this expression, I am just taking the cases wise, because directly you will not get the factor. Acha, case 1, suppose let me consider this one as fx. Okay. In case 1, if x is less than 0, if x is less than 0, then this minus x cube will be positive. Here minus 2x also positive, and these even power are already positive. So in this case, your fx always be greater than 0. If I take another case, case 2, that is x from 0 to 1. If x is 0 to 1, then 2 always be greater than 2x. So 2 minus 2x will be positive. 3x square minus 2x cube, that also be positive because x square is greater than x cube, and x power 4 always be positive. So in this case also your fx always be greater than 0. Now if we take the case number 3, that is little complex when x is greater than equal to 1. For that one, I am just dividing this one in terms of perfect square. First thing is x power 4 minus 2x cube, that 3x square I am writing as x square plus remaining 2x square, and minus 2x plus 2 greater than 0. Now check, this can be written as x square minus x whole square. Okay. Then from here, 2x square minus 2x plus 2, it is always positive now, because its d is also less than 0. So this value positive, it is perfect square, that is positive, sum of two positive always be greater than 0. Okay, so in this case also fx came as greater than 0. So by the way, in every case x is negative or 0 to 1 or positive greater than 1. In every case fx came as positive, it means this is always be true. Then what should be the answer? What will be the answer? Here domain will be belongs to R. Okay, because it is always be true. Now the next question is, here they go, this is the homogeneous system of equation, and they are asking find the value of lambda square plus lambda if this system of equation have infinite solution. Okay, and this one is easy one problem. What is the condition of infinite solution? Delta is equal to 0. And actually usually every year they are writing in every paper or alternate shift, they are giving at least one question of this type. Okay, either they will say infinite solution or anything. So determinant is equal to 0. I am just putting the value of determinant lambda plus 1, then lambda plus 2, and then next one is lambda minus 1. Lambda minus 1, lambda plus 1, lambda minus 1, lambda plus 1, and minus of lambda plus 2, minus lambda minus 2. This need to be 0. Okay. Now before expansion, first I am doing some simplification. So what I am doing, in R2 I am subtracting R1. Sorry, in C2 I am subtracting C1. So in C2 if we subtract C1, this will be 1. In lambda minus 1 if we subtract lambda, this will be minus 1. In lambda plus 1 if I subtract this one, this will be 2. Okay. Now in C1 I am subtracting C3. So lambda plus 1, if we subtract lambda minus 1, what will get? 2. Lambda, if I subtract it, I am getting minus 1. From this one, if we subtract this one, then sign will change, plus will come. Okay, so 2 lambda and plus 1. C3 I am keeping as it is, lambda minus 1, lambda plus 1, and minus lambda minus 2. Okay, by the way, here at one place you are going to get all the solution of PCM. But be there, you will get all things here only. Now this was the minus 1. Now I am just trying to make one more 0 here. So in R1 I will add the twice of R2. So in R1 goes to R1 plus twice of R2. Okay. If you add twice of this one here, what it comes as 0. If you add twice of this one here, this become minus 1. If you add twice of this one here, then what we are getting? 2 lambda plus 1. And this R2 is keeping same, minus 1, and lambda plus 1. Then here we have 2 lambda plus 1, 2 minus lambda minus 2 equal to 0. Okay. Then we are expanding directly with respect to C1. So 0 into anything will be 0. Here sign will change, 1 into. Then lambda plus 2 minus of 2 into 2 lambda plus 1. Okay. Then 2 lambda plus 1 into minus lambda minus 1 minus plus 2 lambda plus 1 equal to 0 we have. Here lambda and minus 4 lambda minus 3 lambda we are getting. Just a minute. Okay, so okay, so here equal to 0 we have. Equal to 0. Okay, now if we simplify lambda minus 4 lambda, that is equal to minus 3 lambda, plus 2 and minus 2 cancel out, okay. Then plus 2 lambda plus 1 into 2 lambda minus lambda, that is equal to lambda, okay, equal to 0. If we multiply 2 lambda square and then plus lambda minus 3 lambda, what we got? Minus 2 lambda equal to 0. If we simplify, we are getting lambda equal to 0 comma 1. As they give that lambda can't be equal to 0, so here we got 1. Okay, coming to next, the range of the values of a for which 5x cube minus 15x minus a equal to 0 has 3 distinct solution is alpha comma beta. So again this one is one general problem which kind of the questions is in your DPP of resonance. 5x cube minus 15x minus a equal to 0 has 3 distinct solutions. So what we do? We keep the terms of x one side and the terms of a other side. We are going to draw the graph of this function. Let me write fx equal to 5x cube minus 15x. Okay. Now if we differentiate f dash x equal to 15x square minus 15. Actually, I am trying to find the point of maxima and minima. 15 common, we are getting x square minus 1, x minus 1 into x plus 1. If you put this one equal to 0, we are getting the point minus 1 plus 1 plus minus plus. At minus 1, if we find the value of fx, if you put x equal to minus 1, we are getting 10. If you put x equal to 1 here, then we are getting minus 10. Okay. Now, if we draw the graph, minus 1 plus 1. At minus 1 value is 10. At plus 1 value is minus 10. Before it is increasing. Minus 1 to 1 it is decreasing, and at 0 value is 0. It is decreasing, then again it is increasing. So this is the graph of fx. Okay. Now y equal to a will be a line, so that we have 3 solutions. So line should lies between minus 10 and plus 10. Y equal to a. Then only we are going to get 3 solutions. So a should belongs to minus 10 comma plus 10. Okay. So alpha comma beta we got. Now if we need value of beta plus 2 alpha, beta is equal to 10 and plus 2 alpha is minus 20. Might be that was beta minus 2 alpha, or just you need value of alpha beta here. Then either that is beta plus 2 alpha or beta minus 2 alpha. If there is minus, okay, students, if you wrote the exam, then please you can comment that that was the beta plus 2 alpha or beta minus 2 alpha. So I am considering beta minus 2 alpha. So alpha is minus 10, so that will be minus 20. And might be 30, and if it is plus sign, then it will be minus 10. Okay. Now the next question, modulus of z by z plus 1 equal to 2. Represent a circle with the center P, then distance of P from D is. Okay. So let me write modulus of z by, I am multiplying this modulus of z plus 1 into right. Now we are making a square, I am taking a square on both sides, and z I am putting as x plus iota y. So this become x plus iota y because you want locus now, and 4x plus 1 plus iota y whole square. If you take the modulus, then x square plus y square, this side you are getting x plus 1 whole square plus y square. If we expand 4x square, 2x into 4, 8x plus 4 y square. This side your x square plus y square, all the terms into right. Then you are getting 3x square plus 3y square plus 8x plus 4 equal to 0. For the center of the circle, I am just converting in standard form, divide by 3. So x square plus y square 8x by 3 plus 4 by 3 equal to 0. So what is the p over center of the circle? Minus g comma minus f minus 4 by 3 comma 0. So this is our p. P is the point is given 1 comma 5. Now I hope you will get the distance between p and d. That is only required. Okay. Now for the next question, ma'am will take the charge.
Hello students, so my name is Simran, Resonance Hyderabad faculty. I will be continuing. So furthermore, very standard problem from LCD, you are given a non-uniformly defined function here and you have to find the value of given constants. So you know if a function is continuous, you have LHL is equals to RHL is equals to function value at that point. So f of 0. So we'll be finding LHL first. Let's find LHL first. So f of 0 minus is equals to limit x approaches to 0 minus what function? 2 constant outside x I'm sending inside the bracket. So I'm going to get sine k1 plus 1 x by x plus sine k2 plus 1 x by x. Okay. Now you know limit x approaching to 0, sine ax by x equals to what? It equals to a. So I'm going to get 2 into k1 plus 1. There k2 plus 1 equals to 4. Cancelled. On simplification we are going to get k1 plus k2 equals to 0. This value is equals to f of 0. Similarly, let's solve RHL. So limit x approaches to 0 plus this function. So again I am keeping 2 outside. Log x by y. Log x by y is equals to log x minus log y. So log k2 x plus 1 minus log k1 minus log k1x plus 1, and the x outside the bracket I am sending inside the bracket. Divide by k2, multiply by k2, divide by k1, multiply by k1. Log 1 plus x by x, limit log 1 plus x by x, limit value equals to 1. So what am I going to get? 2 into k2 plus 1 minus k1 plus 1 is equals to function value 4. So on solution, what are we going to get? K2 minus K1 is equals to 2 cancel 2. So first equation, second equation, on solving them we'll get K2 equals to 1 and K1 equals to minus 1. So your answer is going to be the value of K1 square plus K2 square, which is equals to 2. Moving forward to the next question, you are given a relation defined on set A 1, 2, 3, 4. Then how many ordered pair are added to R? What is R? R equals to 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. These three elements are already given and I have to make it a equivalence relation. So you know the definition of equivalence relation, it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So let's do the easy task first. Let's make it reflexive. Now to make it reflexive, I have to add 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 is already there, 4, 4. Then the second easiest task, symmetric. So 1, 2 is there, I'll have to add 2, 1, 2, 3 is there, I'll have to add 3, 2. Now 1, 2, 2, 3 is there, I'll have to add 1, 3, and to make it symmetric, 3, 1. Now if you check, this relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So how many elements have I added? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. So in this question, to make its equivalence, you have to add 7 elements. Moving forward to the next question. You are given two curves, y equals to mod x minus 1 and y equals to x square plus y square equals to 25. So in this one, let's draw the graph first. You are given a circle whose center is 0, 0 and radius is 5 and 1, 0 mod. And I have to find this area. Okay. Let's find the point of intersection first. X square, y is mod x minus 1. So mod x minus 1 whole square will be x minus 1 whole square. Now x minus 1 whole square equals to 25. X square plus x square, 2x square minus 2x plus 1 minus 25. Minus 24 equals to 0. So x square minus x minus 12 equals to 0. If I factorize this, factors will be x minus 4, x plus 3 equals to 0. So what are the roots of this equation? X equals to 4 and minus 3. What will be the value of y? If I put x equals to 4, I am going to get y is equals to 4 minus 1, 3. X equals to minus 3, y equals to 4. So this point is 4, 3 minus 3, 4. So if you make a very small observation, let's connect this point with the center. What is slope of this line? Slope of this line is 3 minus 0, 4 minus 0. Let's call this line as L1. M1 is 3 by 4 and M2. What is slope of this line? 4 minus 0 minus 3 minus 0. So 4 by minus 3. I'm getting M1 into M2 equals to minus 1. So that means this area under the circle minus 3 to 4, this part, in this sector, this part is going to be a, no, let's avoid that. Get this and, no, that will become a little complicated. Let's erase this. We'll do it by a simple method. Let's connect this. So we'll do this area under the circle from minus 3 to 4 minus area under the line. So let's do. So minus 3 to 4 area under the circle in first and second quadrant, x 25 minus x square dx minus area under the line. What will be area of this triangle? This point was 1, 0. This is 4, 0. So this distance will be 3. This distance will be 3. So half into 3 into 3 minus area of this triangle. Area of this triangle, this is 4 units. This is 4 units. So it will be equals to 1 by 2 into 4 into 4. So let's solve this. X by 2 under root 25 minus x square plus 25 by 2 sine inverse x by a, which is 5, minus 9 by 2, 16 by 2, which is 25 by 2. Limit minus 3 to 4. So let's put the limits. What are we going to get? 4 if I substitute here, 4 by 2. Under root 25 minus 16, which will be 3, plus 25 by 2 sine inverse 4 by 5. Minus lower limit, so minus 3 by 2 minus minus will become plus 3 by 2, 25 minus 9, 4. Again sine inverse minus 3 by 5, minus minus will come outside, 25 by 2, sine inverse 4 by 5 minus 25 by 2. Now if you solve this, this is 12 by 2 plus 12 by 2. 24 by 2 minus 25 by 2 minus 1 by 2. From these two terms, we'll take 25 by 2 common. So what are we going to get? 25 by 2 common, sine inverse 4 by 5 plus sine inverse 3 by 5. Sine inverse 3 by 5 can be written as cos inverse 3 by 5. So that cos inverse 4 by 5, that will become pi by 2. So 25 pi by 4 minus 1 by 2. Moving forward to the next question. Okay. So in this question you are given how many words can be formed from the word daughter such that all vowels are not together. So in our resonance sheet we have done a lot of similar question. All vowels are not together. So let's find in how many ways all vowels will be together. So D is a vowel, G, H, T, R, A, U, E. All vowels together. So let's put all vowels together in a box. I can arrange them in 6 factorial into 3 factorial ways. Now I want all the vowels not together. So total words minus the words in which all the vowels are together. Total words were 8 factorial minus 6 factorial into 3 factorial, 6 factorial common, 720. I'm going to get 7 into 8, 7 8 are 50. Minus 6. So I'm going to get 720 into 50, which will be equals to 3600. Okay, we skipped one question by mistake. Let's go back. Okay. This one probability question we skipped by mistake. Let's do it. So again a fairly simple question, similar question we have done in our notes and resonance sheet. So let's see. 2 biased dies are toast. Die 1. What are we given? Die 1 has 1 on 2 faces, 2 on 2 faces and 3 and 4. Die 2 has 2 on 2 faces, 4 on 2 faces, 1 and 3. And they are saying then find the probability when throwing this die we can get sum 4 or sum 5. Getting sum 4 or sum 5, they are exclusive events. So I can say PS4 or S5. I can say PS4 plus PS5. Let's find them separately. We'll add them later. PS4. How can you get sum 4 on a die? If you get 1, 3, 2, 2 or 3, 1. 1, 3, 2, 2 or 3, 1. So how many 1s are there? You have for 1. To get 1 on die 1, probability is 2 by 6. 3 on die 2, probability 1 by 6. 2 on die 1, 2 by 6. 2 on die 2, 2 by 6. 3 on die 1, 1 by 6 and 1 on die 2, 1 by 6. 2 plus 4 plus 1, 7 by 6. Now probability to get sum 5. You can have 1 comma 4 to get 1, 2 by 6 to get 4, 2 by 6. Or 2 comma 3 to get 2 comma 3, 2 on first die, 2 by 6 into 3 on second die, 1 by 6. Or 3 comma 2. So to get 3 comma 2 you need 3 on first die, 1 by 6 and 2 on second die, 2 by 6. Or lastly 1 on first, 4 on first die, 1 on last die. So we are going to get 1 by 6 into 1 by 6. 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. 9 by 36. So if we add them we are going to get 16 by 36, which is equals to 4 by 9. Moving over to Bharat sir, he'll explain the remaining questions. Thank you.
So moving on to the next question, which is nothing but in an expression of 1 plus 2 to the power 1 by 3 plus 3 to the power 1 by 2 power 6, I have to find the number of rational terms. So it is nothing but based on the multinomial theorem in the binomial theorem. We already know if it is 3 term, what is formula? I can say the general term is nothing but what is power n. So formula is factorial n upon factorial r1, factorial r2, factorial r3, because we have 3 terms, right? First, second, third. First term to the power of r1, second term to the power of r2, third term to the power of r3. As well as make sure that r1 plus r2 plus r3 should be nothing but the index, which is given as 6, right? The index is given as 6. I have to find the number of rational terms. How we can find the rational terms? I can say there will be not any radical power of 2, right? There will be not any radical power of 3. So I will little bit simplify. Can I say that this is nothing but factorial 6 upon factorial r1, factorial r2, factorial r3. 1 to power r1 is always 1. To the power of r2 by 3, as well as 3 to the power of r3 by 2. I can say r2 should be a multiple of 3 as well as r3 should be a multiple of 2, so that we don't have any radical power, right? So let us write all the possibilities: r1, r2, r3. R2 should be the multiple of 3. What are the multiples of 3? Up to 6. It can be 0, it can be 3, it can be 6, right? If R2 is 0, R3 should be the multiple of 2. What are the multiples of 2 up to 6? R2 can be, R3 can be 0, R3 can be 2, R3 can be 4, R3 can be 6. So I can say R2 should be 0, R3 should be 0, then R1 should be 6, right? If R2 is 0, R3 is 2, what is R1? R1 is going to be 4. If R2 is 0, R3 is 4, R2 should be going to be 2, and it is 6, then it will be 0. What will happen when R2 should be 3? R2 should be the multiple of 3. So what is R3 possible? Either it can be 0, either it can be 2. If R2 will be 3, R3 will be 0, what should be R1? Can I say R1 should be 3? If R2 is 3, R3 is 2, what is R1? R1 should be 1. The last case, when R2 is 0, R2 is 6, R3 should be 0, as well as R1 should be 0, such that the addition should be nothing but 6. Tell me how many possible cases we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 7 terms which don't have any radical power. It means it is nothing but the rational terms. So number of terms they ask, answer will be 6. If they will ask the summation of all the terms, then we can easily put all the values here and we can get the values of summation of the rational terms also. But here they ask the number of terms, so we can find the number of terms by this particular process, right? Moving on the next question, which is based on the quadratic. The equation is given, some equation is given: a, b minus c, x square plus c plus b, c minus a into x plus c, a minus b. I can say this is a standard equation, right? If you notice, what is addition of all the coefficients? Tell me the addition of all the coefficients. B minus c plus b, c minus a plus c, a minus b. I can say AB cancel out, AC cancel out, BC and BC cancel out, AC and CA cancel out, right? So I will get 0. It means x equal to 1 is the root of the equation. As we remember, if addition of all the coefficient in the polynomial equation will be 0, then x equal to 1 is the nothing but the root of the equation. They said equal roots. Equal roots means x equal to 1 have twice as a root. The roots are nothing but x equal to 1 and 1. So both the roots are 1. Further, few conditions are given. A plus c is nothing but 5. B is given as 16 by 5. I have to find the value of a square plus c square. Can I say that if both the roots are 1 and 1, what is product of the roots? Alpha into beta. C by a, which is nothing but c, a minus b upon a, b minus c. This is also 1, this is also 1, c, a minus b upon a, b minus c. Cross multiply, I got ab minus ac equal to ac minus bc. AC will be go there, BC will come here, so I will get AB plus BC equal to twice of AC. Anything we can take common? We can take B common, I will get A plus C, which is nothing but 2AC. The value of B is given in the question 16 by 5. I will put here 16 by 5. The value of A plus C is also given in the question, which is nothing but the 5, equal to twice of AC. 5 and 5 will cancel out, 2 and 16 will cancel out. I got AC is nothing but 8. Right or not? So from here we got one more relation that AC is nothing but 8. What is the question requirement? Find a square plus c square. A plus c is given, AC is given. Everyone knows what is going to be happen when I have to find a square plus c square. It is nothing but a plus c whole square minus 2 AC, right? Put the value 5 square minus 2 times of 8. 25 minus 16, which is nothing but 9. So I can say this is a very simple question. If you remember that directly, we can write this is nothing but the roots are 1 and we can do the product of the roots. From here we got the relation between AC and we can easily solve this question. I don't think this is a tough question. Moving on to the next question. A set is given, a set of first 1000 natural numbers. Then number of arithmetic progression, I have to find how many arithmetic progressions are possible that are formed by using these elements, right, 1 to 1000 from the set itself, such that first term is given and last term is given. So basically, first term of the sequence is given, last term is given. I have to figure out how many APs are possible. So can I say that first term is 1 and the last term is 1000? What is general term formula? L equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. This is given 1000. This is given as 1, n minus 1. D we don't know. It will come 9, 9, 9, n minus 1 D. Now let us do the factors of this. How we can do the factors? Can I write 9 into 111? Again, this is a multiple of 3 because addition of all the digits are 3. So it is nothing but 37 into 3. So I can write 3 square, 3 cube into 37. So I got n minus 1 into D is nothing but the 3 to power 3 into 31 to power 1. What they ask? Number of the arithmetic progression. If our D is going to be changed, numbers of arithmetic progressions are going to be changed. So how many such D are possible? I can say this is also an integer quantity, this is also an integer quantity. So basically, we have to find that how many divisors of this number is possible. The number of divisors will be nothing but the number of possible values of D. So we have the formula for the divisor. What is formula? If power is P, so 3 plus 1, 1 plus 1. This is nothing but the number of divisors. Which is nothing but 4 into 2, that is nothing but 8. So I can easily say number of divisors is nothing but the number of possible values of D. Number of possible values of D means number of different arithmetic progressions. So answer of this question is going to be the first option, right? Moving on to the next question. It is based on the matrix, commutative matrix as well as non-singular matrix. Why non-singular matrix is given? Because we can find the inverse of this, right? Commutative, what is commutative means? AB equal to BA. A into adjoint of A inverse. So sum of the matrices given, I have to check these options, right? So in this question, we will use only two properties. Property of adjoint. Can you tell me what is adjoint of AB? Answer is nothing but adjoint of B into adjoint of A, right? As well as what is adjoint of A inverse? Which is nothing but adjoint of A whole inverse. These two properties we will use to solve this question, a very simple question. So let us discuss how to solve. It is written A into adjoint of A inverse, adjoint of B inverse, whole inverse B. So can I write adjoint of A inverse into adjoint of B inverse is nothing but by using this property, adjoint of B inverse A inverse whole inverse B. As well as one of the inverse property, can I say that adjoint of B inverse A inverse is nothing but AB inverse whole inverse, right? Now this inverse will come outside and inverse is going to be cancel out. Also it is given a commutative property, so can I write adjoint of AB is nothing but adjoint of B into adjoint of A? If in the question that word is given, of course there will be use of this question, right? This word. So adjoint of AB we can write as adjoint of BA. Now we can open easily. What is A adjoint BA formula by using this property? I can easily say A. What is this adjoint BA? Adjoint of A into adjoint of B and matrix B. Now we can club the first two terms as well as last two terms. Tell me what is A into adjoint A. Can I say determinant of A into I? I index is not given, we will take IN. This is matrix B into IN. So what is the answer I got? Determinant of A into determinant of B. IN into IN will be nothing but IN. Identity matrix will multiply, so hence first option is correct. I can say this is a moderate level question based on the properties of adjoint as well as few properties of inverse. If you remember the properties, easily you can solve this particular question. So moving on to the next question. Okay, as expected, this is nothing but the differential equation question. I can say this is nothing but the linear differential equation question. So how to solve this particular question? Can I write dy by dx equal to, I can split the terms, 6 upon 1 plus e to power 2x minus 2 e to power of 2x into y upon 1 plus e to power 2x. I will convert this into the linear differential equation. I will take that y term here. So I can say dy by dx plus 2 e to power of 2x 4 upon 1 plus e to power of 2x equal to 6 upon 1 plus e to power 2x. I can say this term is going to be qx, q of x, and that term is going to be p of x. I can find the integrating factor, which is nothing but e to power of px dx, right? E to power 2x 1 plus e to power of 2x dx. Can you tell me if the denominator is fx, what is the numerator? F dash x. What is the integration of f dash x upon fx? That is nothing but e to power of ln fx. What is e to power ln x? That is nothing but 1 plus e to power of 2x. So this is nothing but your integrating factor. What is the formula? Formula is going to be y into integrating factor, which is nothing but 1 plus e to power of 2x equal to integration of qx. Qx is nothing but 6 upon 1 plus e to power of 2x into integrating factor again 1 plus e to power 2x dx. This term will cancel out. Integration of 6, which is nothing but 6x plus c. Few more informations are given that it passes through the point 0, 0. It passes through the origin. It means x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is also 0. From there, I will get the value of c. So y will be 0, this term will be 0, x will be 0, this term will be 0, c I got as 0. If I got c as 0, what they asked in the question, what should be the value of k such that ln2, k lies on the curve, right? I have to find the value of k. I will again put this point on this equation. I will get the answer. So, putting the point y as k into 1 plus e to the power of 2 ln2 equal to 6 into ln2 plus 0. K, 2 square, that will be 4. So I can say this is nothing but 1 plus 4. 6 ln2 plus 0 will be there. So k will be nothing but 6 ln2 by 5. Check any option is there. 6 ln2 by 5, option number B. So as expected, this is nothing but a differential equation question, a very simple question we can say. So just moving on the next question, which is nothing but based on the sequence and series. The value of A means the first term is given A equal to 3. The sum of 4 terms is equal to the 1/5 of the next 4 terms. It means I can say T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 is nothing but 1 by 5 times of T5 plus T6 plus T7 plus T8. That is the meaning of the question, where the first term is given as 3. And all the terms are in AP, I have to find the first 20 terms. So can I say that the whole thing is nothing but summation up to 4 terms? What is T5 plus T6 plus T7 plus T8? That is nothing but summation up to 8 terms minus summation up to 4 terms. From first to 8 terms, I will remove the first 4 terms, I will get the remaining 4 terms, right? Cross multiply. So I can say 5s4, 1 will be here, 6s4 is nothing but s8. What is summation formula of AP? N by 2, n is 4, 4 by 2, 2 times of A, which is nothing but 6 plus 4 minus 1 into D. 8 by 2, 6 plus 8 minus 1 into D. Summation of AP formula basically, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. 2 to cancel out, 4, 2 is 8, 8, 3 is 6. What I got here? 3 times of 6 plus 3D is equal to 6 plus 7D. That will be 18, 18 minus 12, 9, so it will be 9, 9 plus 2, 7, 2D. D is going to be minus 6. I got D, I have the A as 3, I have to find the sum of 20 terms. Again the same formula, S20. What is S20? 20 by 2, 2 times of the first term, which is nothing but 6, plus 20 minus 1 into D. D is given as minus 6. 10, 9 minus 6 minus 19 into 6. I can take 6 common. So I got 60 into minus of 18. You can easily simplify. That will be your answer. So it is a very basic question based on the sequence and series. You can easily solve. But just remember what is the meaning of 1/5 term of the next 4 terms, right? So moving on to the next question. Integration questions. In resonance sheet also, this type of questions are given. So easily they ask this question from the resonance sheets. The question is nothing but integration of dx upon x minus 11 to power 11 by 13 into x plus 15 to power 15 by 13. Also, I37 minus I24, they mention this thing. I have to find the value of b and c. So first, I will simplify this integration. How to simplify? if I take x minus 11 as well as x plus 15 common, what left inside the bracket? If you took x plus 15 common, power is 15 by 13, so here x plus 15 power 2 by 13 left, right? Divide by x minus 11 you took common, so here x minus 11 will be there. If you balance, it will be there. Assume this particular term as t. So x plus 15 upon x minus 11. I will assume t to the power 13 so that there should not be any radical power. I will differentiate this. So what is differentiation? X minus 11 whole square, x minus 11, differentiation of this, which is going to be 1, minus x plus 15, differentiation of this is going to be 1, dx. 13 t to the power 12 dt. X and x cancel out. I got minus 26. That is the value of dx. What is dx is going to be? Minus 13 t to the power of 12 dt upon minus 26 x minus 11 whole square. That value of dx I will put here. So I got here t square, dx is nothing but 13. This will be in the numerator. So dx is going to be 13 t to the power 12 x minus 11 to the power whole square dt by minus 26. Put the value here. So x minus 11 whole square 13 to the power 12 dt upon minus 26 x minus 11 x plus 15. One term cancel out. Again, I know the value of x minus 11 upon x plus 15, right? What is the value? (13 to the power 12 dt upon minus 26). This value is going to be t to the power of 13, t square. Wait, t square will be just solve this calculation again, and after that, what is the meaning of this I 37 minus I 24, which is nothing but the integration is nothing but 24 to 37. You just have to solve it again. So moving on the next question, which is nothing but the area of triangle, and with the vertices. Vertices are given. Area is given as 35. Square unit, the orthocenter of the triangle is given. So we know one property. If it is P, Q, R, this point is 5, 4, this point is minus 2, 4, this point is A, B. If orthocenter is O, orthocenter of P, Q, R is O, so orthocenter of P, O, Q will be R or not? So I will make one triangle, one more triangle, where it is point P, Q, and O. The point is given as 5, 4. This point is given as minus 2, 4. And that point is given as 0, 2, 14 by 5. The orthocenter of this is nothing but going to be R. So what I will do, a simple question, triangle is given, can we find the orthocenter? How to find the orthocenter? What is slope of this line? I can find the slope of this line, m of QO, which is nothing but 14 by 5 minus 4 upon 2 minus of minus 2. Minus 20, this will be minus 6 by 5 upon 4. So I will get easily the slope of this line, which is nothing but the minus 3 by 10. If I get the slope, can I get the slope? If I know the slope, can I write the equation of altitude, Pm? Equation of Pm. What is equation formula? Y minus y1 equal to m x minus x1. So basically it is nothing but the, based on calculation, I will get the slope of this line, then I will get the slope of this line, and I can use this formula. Similarly, can I write the equation of Qn? Where is n? If I draw the perpendicular, it will pass us to the point R. This will be point n. If this point is n, I can again use the formula y minus y2 equal to m x minus x2. Two equations, two unknown. I will get the point R. After solving this, I will get the point R, the coordinate of R, which is nothing but the a comma b. If I got R, P, Q, R is given, can I find the centroid? So basically, I can get the point P, Q, R as well as the centroid. Then, by using, we can find the C plus 2D also. Two equations, two unknown, find the point R. After getting the R, you can easily find the centroid. What is centroid formula? Summation of xi upon 3, comma summation of yi upon 3, right? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Use this formula, you will get the answer. So moving on to the next question, a trigonometric question, a basic question. It is given as sin 70. Can I write cot as cos by sin? Take the LCM. If I take the LCM, what I will get? Denominator I got sin 10, sin 70. Numerator I got cos 10, cos 70 minus sin 10, sin 70. Which formula is the numerator? Cos A, cos B minus sin A, sin B, cos A plus B. So I will get cos 80, right? 10 plus 70, cos 10 plus 70, which is nothing but the 80. Denominator I got sin 10, sin 70. Sin 70 cancel out. Cos 80, can I say cos 80 is nothing but sin 10? Because they are the complement angle. This will cancel out, answer is going to be 1. So option D is correct for this question. So moving on to the next question, this is very simple question based on a trigonometry. Okay, this is based on mean, median, I think, right? So marks obtained by all the students of class 12 are in the frequency distribution with the class of equal width. Okay, all the width are equal. Let the median of the group is 14. So median is given. Median class interval is 12 to 18. So I can make a table. What this says? They says the interval is 12 to 18 where the median lies. At that point, the median class frequency is 12, right? So that particular class frequency is nothing but 12. So I can say this is nothing but the frequency. Here I can find the cumulative frequency, and here is nothing but the class. Now, if you notice, the number of the student who score that marks below 12 is 18. Below 12, whatever the score was nothing but the 18. Total number of students we have to find, so we have to find what is number n, right? So can you tell me the median formula? What is median formula? The lower interval in a class, n by 2 minus class frequency, cumulative frequency, divided by frequency of that particular class into width. L is given as 12, n by 2. N by 2 is nothing but the median, which is nothing but given as 14. Median is given as 14. And I have to find n by 2 minus. This is cumulative frequency before that, which is given as 18. This is given as 12. What is width? Width is nothing but 6. So by this calculation, you can easily get nothing but the what is the number of length. So 14 minus 12, that will be 6. 14 minus 12, that will be 2. 6 divided by 12, that is nothing but 2 itself, right? So n by 2 minus 18 divided by 2. Cross multiply, that will be 4. 18, 4, 22. So I got n by 2 is nothing but 44, 22. What is n? N is nothing but the 44. Simple calculation, multiply 2, 4, I will get 18 plus 4, that is nothing but 22. N by 2 is nothing but 22, so n will be nothing but 44. So this is all about the JEE Mains. So our sir will discuss the analysis about the JEE Mains in the math.
Yeah, hello children, how are you? I think hopefully all of you are doing the good because paper is nice. If we can come to the mathematics, so this paper what we can find, the 23rd of Jan, session 1 paper, moderate to lengthy paper is there. We can't say that difficult because the question are the reachable question is there. Only the things are there, calculation is the mode. So we are going to take the one analysis of that one. How many questions came from the 11th class, 12th class? How many the easy question, difficult question are there? So one by one we can see. So once we can see out of the 21 question from the 11th class, we can find here, from the 11th class, we can find here total 10 question is there from the 11th class. But the same time 12th class, we can find here 11 number of question. So this is the balance is there. 10 question from the 11th and 11 question from the 12th is there. Now once we can come to the how many easy question. So what I find in this one, total 9 question we can feel easy question is there where you are going to be apply the formula and you can get the result. Even the calculation also somewhat less it is there. Medium level question we can find here 7 and difficult level question we can find here the 5 question. Which is the difficult level question is there. Not we can say the conceptual difficulty is there, lengthy is there. Once you can start doing the calculation, obviously it will take the more time in this one. So easy 9, moderate level 7 and difficult level, yeah, otherwise we can say the lengthy. So this is the 5 question are there. Once we can see about how many question came from the algebra part, as we are seeing always, more number of question is coming in the mathematics from the algebra and the calculus. So algebra we can find here, almost 9 question is there. Come to the calculus. Come to the calculus, question is there 6. Once we can see the coordinate, then from the coordinate it is there 3 question. From the coordinate, so from the coordinate, yeah. Once we can come to the coordinate, so total from the coordinate we got 3 question is there. From the coordinate we can find here 3 question is there. Trigonometry, again the 2 question are there, one from the inverse trigonometry, another one we can get from the multiple and sum multiple. Vector 3D we can find only the 1 question in this paper. But maybe as I am saying the 21 question is there, so maybe it is there the few question from the vector and 3D also. One thing we can find, most weightage topic wise, if you can see the matrices, so from the matrices we can find the 2 question. One question as we used to be discussed from the adjoint property. We can find 1 question from the adjoint property. And another question we can find here from linear equation, which always in the lecture we used to be saying the resonance, ki must be the 2 question coming from the matrices, one from the properties based, another question will come from the linear. So maybe we are expecting in the next coming examination also, must be the question will come from the properties as well as for the linear. Sometime they will ask about the no solution, infinite solution, consistency, inconsistency, like that of sum. So this paper once we have to be see. So final conclusion, this paper is the moderate to lengthy paper. We can think if anybody are getting the around the 50 to 60 marks in this paper, so that is the good marks for this one.
Well, all right. So now we are going to analyze the JEE Mains physics paper, which was held on 23rd of January in the morning shift. That is today's morning. So let's see how was the physics paper today. We are going to first look at the broad analysis of the difficulty level. So if you look at how many easy questions you find in this shift, total 18 questions belong to the easy category. So if you look at all the papers happened so far, the 3 papers so far, this paper was the easiest one because total number of easy questions were 18 and the medium level problems were 4 and only 2 difficult problems were there. So now we are going to analyze chapter wise that what kind of questions were asked and what was the level of the question in those particular chapters. So we are going to start with units and dimensions. So definitely in units and dimensions, maximum number of questions apart from electrostatics were asked. That is total 3 questions and all these 3 questions belong to the easy category. So if you look at 2 questions from units and dimensions, they were based on principle of homogeneity. One of the question was related to the concept of flux. However, we just have to apply principle of homogeneity. And the third question was simply they are asking what is the dimension of torsional constant. So all these 3 questions from units and dimensions were in the easy category. Now let's look at the next question that you will find will be from mathematical tools. In the last 2 papers, no question were asked from mathematical tools. In this question, 1 question was asked. In this paper, 1 question was asked from vectors, where we have to use the condition when 2 vectors are going to be perpendicular. That is, the dot product is going to be 0. And therefore, this question also was easy. Now, 1 question from rectilinear motion. In fact, it was related to the graphs. And the concept used was area under velocity time graph gives us displacement. In fact, even a 9th class student will be able to answer this question and therefore it falls into easy category. Now next question belonged to the projectile motion and this question was also easy. There were 2 projectiles at different angles from the ground and we just had to find the ratio of the maximum height attained. It was a very simple formula based question. Now next question was from work, power and energy. And this question was one of the 2 difficult problems which were asked in this paper. So in this question, we were given a conservative, non-conservative force equation. And we know that whenever a non-conservative force equation is there, it's difficult to find the work done by such a force and the path was also given to us. So this question was difficult. Now let's move on to the next question. Next question belongs to the center of mass chapter. So in the center of mass chapter, the question was asked that we have to find or locate the center of mass. And the concept used was the principle of superposition. In fact, if you look at the last 3 papers, total 4 questions were asked where we have to apply principle of superposition. This is in fact the 4th question which is based on principle of superposition. Alright, now let's talk about 1 question from rigid body dynamics. So if you analyze last 3 papers, including this paper, total only 2 questions were asked in rigid body dynamic. And in fact, this is the 2nd question. In the previous paper, that is on 22nd of January, 2nd shift, no question was asked from rigid body. And in the first shift of 22nd of January, only 1 question was asked from rigid body. It was related to moment of inertia. And this question was related to pure rolling, which is a very basic question where we have to apply the concept of conservation of energy. It was pure rolling on inclined plane. And therefore, this question was also on the easy side. Now let's talk about the next question that we got was from fluid mechanics. So in fluid mechanics, there is a very standard problem that there is a block which floats in liquid and when you depress it a little and release it, it's going to oscillate. That means it's going to execute a simple harmonic motion and we have to find out what will be its time period. So basically they clubbed fluid mechanics with SHM, however, it was a standard problem, so we can call it of the medium category. And next problem which was asked was from mechanical properties of matter. Now, within mechanical properties of matter, we have elasticity, viscosity, and surface tension. So this question was based on the temperature dependence of viscosity. That means when you increase the temperature of a liquid, what happens to viscosity? So we know that the viscosity is going to come down in that case. And also it was related to the knowledge of surface tension of fresh water versus the soap water. So this also was very easy question, NCERT based only. Now next question that we get from KTG and thermodynamics, and we got 2 questions from KTG and thermodynamics, and both of these questions were from the easy category. If you look at one of the question was just to identify the process. I mean, they are giving you that the volume is not changing. Please tell us what is the process. It's isochoric process. Heat supplied or heat rejected, there is no heat exchange. Which process it is? It is adiabatic process. So that means we just have to identify the process in one of the question in KTG and thermodynamics, and in another question of KTG and thermodynamics, it was related to adiabatic process. It was in fact an adiabatic compression where volume reduced to 1/4 of its value, and that question was also on the easy side. Now let's talk about electrostatics. From electrostatics, total 3 questions were asked, and all of these questions were on the easy side. And you will be surprised to see 2 questions were related to the ratio of gravitational force to electrostatic force. Both of these questions were on the same concept. In one of the questions, data were given related to masses and charges of the particle. In another question, the data were not given. We just have to identify the correct options in terms of masses M1, M2, Q1 and Q2. So both of these questions on the same concept in the same paper, which is very rare. And one question was based on dipole. We have to figure out electric field due to 2 dipoles, and the point was on the axis of one of the dipole, and for the second dipole it was on its equatorial plane. So that was also very easy. We just have to use principle of superposition, which electric field follows. Now the next question that we got was from capacitor, and this question was from of the medium category. Why it is from the medium category? This question did not purely belong to capacitor. It was a combination of capacitor and current electricity. So basically there was an electrical circuit within which a capacitor was there, and the switch was on at t equal to 0, and we have to identify various things at this moment when the switch was put on. Alright, so now let's move on to the next chapter. The next questions were asked from electromagnetic induction. 2 questions were asked from it. Both of these questions were of the easy category. Now, why they were easy category? Let's look at one of the question. So one of the question was related to the factors affecting the self-inductance, and we already know that self-inductance depends on the geometry, its surrounding, what is the medium within that. So one of the question was related to that, and the second question was again an electrical circuit, and an inductor was there, and we have to figure out various things at steady state, and we know that at steady state the inductor can be assumed to be short-circuited. So it is not going to oppose any flow of current. Now next is ray optics, and from ray optics 2 questions were asked, and this chapter has been consistently, this is a chapter from where we are consistently getting questions. Ray optics, atomic physics, in fact semiconductors also, units and dimensions. So from ray optics we got 2 questions. One of the question was difficult, and why it was difficult? Because it was related to the combination of lens and mirror, and that to the surrounding medium was not air, it was something else. So that was the difficult question. In fact, we got only 2 difficult questions, one of which we already discussed in work, power and energy, and the other one was in ray optics. But the second question was of the easy category. Simply we just had to use the formula for refraction through curved surface. The object is given, the position of the image is also given, and we have to figure out few things into that. Now next, the question was asked from atomic physics. So this time this atomic physics is actually breaking the news. Why? Because the easiest questions possible on earth they are asking from atomic physics. I mean, if you look at both of these questions from atomic physics, they were easy. In one of the question, we just have to figure out the transition, which transition is going to be correct in the wavelength was given. So that was related to the Bohr's model, and in fact the second question was also related to the Bohr's model. We just have to use the fact of radius of the nth orbit. I think it was helium or some other hydrogen-like species. And the last question, we got information about 24 question. So the last question was from semiconductors. So we put it into the medium category because the circuit looked very scary. Although the question was easy, but the circuit looked scary. There was a diode which was used in electrical DC circuit. So we just have to figure out that, okay, this diode is in the forward bias condition, and hence we can short circuit it and we can simply solve it like a normal DC electrical circuit. So although no question was asked from the most celebrated chapter, that is current electricity, however, in other chapters, the knowledge of current electricity was used. So finally, again, we are going to conclude that overall, if you look at the difficulty level of this paper, 18 questions were easy, 4 difficult, 4 questions were from the medium category, and only 2 questions were from the difficulty side. And that means that in physics, the difficulty level has been consistent if you compare it with the previous 2 papers also. So in the last paper also, that means on 22nd of January, second shift, about 4 medium questions, 4 difficult questions, and the rest of the questions were on the easier side only. So that's the broad analysis of the physics paper, and now I am going to conclude it over here. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Hello students, let us discuss the overall test paper difficulty level and analysis from each and every chapter from chemistry part, right? So going to today's shift 1 paper, from chapter wise I will explain what questions have come and to what concept they were related and what is their level. Suppose if you see the first chapter, I will go in an NCERT order so that you can also catch up, understand it better easily, right? So from basic principles and techniques from organic chemistry, the first question came, and that was based on stabilities of carbon ions. There were 4 different carbon ions were given. In one carbon ion there was no conjugation, the second carbon ion was having conjugation, third was having more length of conjugation, and fourth one was having aromatic conjugation. So obviously the aromatic one will become better stable, right? So that was a question, and we classified it as a direct concept. We took it as a easy level, right? The second question came from inorganic chemistry, D and F block elements, and they have given a pair of 2 D block cations, and they have asked which cations were colored, right? So we have to find out, and in fact this is actually a memory based question, that for the ions in their particular oxidation states, which colors they will be maintaining, that is need to be memorized. So this is a little difficult to say, right? The next question we got is from some basic principles and techniques from organic chemistry itself, and that was from estimation of sulfur, that is from quantitative analysis Carrier's method to estimate. So there was some calculation part also included in this question, and therefore as the time was taking in doing calculation, we have taken it into moderate level, right, medium level. The next question is from some basic concepts of chemistry, and in this question they have linked 2 chapters. They have given phenol on bromination, excess bromination. We got a tribromophenol, 2,4,6 tribromophenol, and whose molecular mass they were asking, right? So that was the question. Calculation was there in that question also. And then another question we have got is from solutions chapter, in which they were asking, they have given the details and were asking the Van der Hoff factor with respect to the colligative property, depression in freezing point, right? So that was also of calculation part. Then next question we got is from some basic concepts of chemistry, and mole concept related calculation was there. They have given some amount of substance from which some mass was removed off. Then they were asking what is the number of atoms in the leftover amount, right? So calculation was there. It was a numerical type, and it was to easy level only because one step calculation was there, right? Then the next question we got is from aldehydes and ketones, and this was the question, a combination of both aldol and Cannizzaro reaction, right? The given compound propanaldehyde to be reacted with formaldehyde, 2 times aldol condensation will happen, aldol addition reaction will happen, further third step Cannizzaro reaction will happen and will give the final product. So both aldol and Cannizzaro linked question was there, and that was also of moderate level. Then next question came from nitrogen containing compounds, in which there were a set of 4 reagents were given, and using these 4 reagents one by one we have to write the products A, B, C, D like that, and then do the complete reaction, right? So multiple reagents were used in this question, so we classified that into the difficult level, as all the reagents, their function, their product formation should be known. Okay. The next question came from chemical bonding in organic chemistry, where they have given some molecules with their structures, and also were asking about the octet configuration, whether the molecule is reaching having octet configuration or deficient of octet or excess of octet, like that. Comparison was there, and it was as a 4 molecules you have to deal with, little more time will be taken, therefore we classified it into moderate level, right? The next question was from haloalkanes and haloarenes, in which they have given in tabular form some compounds were given, and their reaction names were given. So we have to match with the named reactions here. We have to match with the name of the reaction. So that was direct fact based only, that too from the NCERT level only. So it is of easy level, we can say, right? Next question we got one easy question from thermodynamics and thermochemistry also. Basic introduction part they have asked, in which different conditions were given, and they were asking about what type of process that will fall under, like isochoric, isobaric, adiabatic, like in which process they will be matching. Okay. Then 12th question was from electrochemistry, in which they have asked the question, a numerical based question with respect to electrode potentials, right? Then 13th question was from thermodynamics itself, in which Gibbs free energy calculation was asked to calculate, right? That was also of numerical based question. Then 14th question came from coordination compounds, and in coordination compounds they have asked which of the following coordination compound will exhibit geometrical isomerism in specific facial and meridional isomerism. So very simple, we know any coordination compound which has the formula with this MA3B3 can show facial and meridional geometrical isomerism. That was a simple question itself. So fact based it was, so easy type. Then another question, 15th question came from calculation of KB value in ionic equilibrium. Okay, so numerical based question it was, but it was of easy level because it is a single step calculation. Then 16th question came from P block elements, in which they have given some of the P block element compounds were given, and their properties were asked to match, like a column 1, column 2 were given, and compound with its property has to be matched, right? The next 17th question came from nitrogen containing compounds, in which they were asking which of the following amines will exhibit or will react with a Hinsberg reagent, and we know primary amines are the one which can react with a Hinsberg reagent and give the reaction, right? Na? Then 18th question came from biomolecules, in which they were asking in the form of 2 statements, statement 1, statement 2, like fructose properties they were asking. Okay. Then 19th question came from D and F block element. In this one they have given 4 elements, in which 3 of the elements were belonging to 6th period and one element, that is a palladium, was belonging to 5th period. Just they were asking among these 4 elements which is the one which is not belonging to the same period. That means simply you have to identify who is the odd man out. So palladium was the answer. Very simple question, but still we should know the entire periodic table, which element falls in which period. That is the important knowledge to be present for solving that question. Then 20th question came from coordination compounds, and this concept was also easy. Just they have given the complex and they were asking what is the electronic configuration with respect to in terms of T2G and EG, right? After crystal field splitting they were asking. So that was also an easy question. And then 21st question came from organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques, and they were asking about lessons test. And everybody knows, and it is also a very important concept in yesterday's paper also, morning paper, afternoon paper, in both papers also lessons test has come. So this today 23rd January also lessons test paper has come, this question has come, right? Then next question came, 22nd question came from chemical and ionic equilibrium related to solubility product. Some salt was given and they have asked to calculate what is the KSP value, right? And then 23rd question we got from chemical kinetics, in which a simple numerical based question was there based on first order kinetics, right? And 24th question again we got from some basic principles and techniques, in which one more question came from stability of carbon ions. That means 2 questions came from for stability of carbon ions this time. So that is one surprising interesting point, but all were very familiar anions we have come across. So it was a direct question, like all the anions we have seen them many of the times in our resonance material also, that have come multiple times. So that will be very easily can be done by our students, right? So therefore we have classified that also into the easy level. Okay, so this were from chapter wise analysis, what to say. So based on this, what I can say you is from yesterday's paper, if you see morning shift, 22nd January shift, if you see from periodic table, periodic classification itself chapter, 4 questions have come, right? And in today's morning paper, surprisingly, from basic principles and techniques of organic compounds, 4 questions have come. So we do not know from which chapter more stress they are giving, more number of questions weightage they are asking. So therefore there is no important, there is no unimportant chapter. Every chapter will be equal. It is a surprise for us in the examination hall itself which question will be coming, right? So we have to prepare the best each and every chapter, right? So that is a chapter with a maximum number of questions. Then the mole concept was with 2 questions. Thermo and equilibrium were also with 2 questions. Then coordination chemistry was with 2 questions, and nitrogen containing compounds was also with 2 questions. Remaining chapters were given 1 question, but there were some chapters also from which no question has come, like environmental chemistry, no question. Then hydrocarbons also direct no question was there, but in yesterday's paper hydrocarbons 2 questions have come, right? Then there was no question, direct question from alcohols also this time. Okay, so and before concluding, I will give the overall analysis also to the difficult level and easy level, how many questions have come from 11th and 12th standard, how the syllabus balance they have done, understanding. So just some data, important data for you. Some important data to use here from 11th standard, right? From 11th standard we have got 11 questions, and from 12th standard we have got 13 questions. That means the data we have received till now is for 24 questions only. 1 question we did not receive. So to whatever extent we have got, so this is the classification we got year wise, right? Then from physical chemistry we have got 9 questions. Then from organic chemistry also we have got 9 questions, and then from inorganic chemistry we have got 6 questions. So this is the analysis for the sub-subject wise, right? yesterday also in the morning shift, more or less, this was the weightage, like organic and physical they have given of equal importance and of a higher number of questions, and little inorganic questions were given lesser, and even that will justify also that because most of the inorganic chemistry, S block, hydrogen and its compounds, metallurgy, these all chapters were deleted. Therefore, obviously, its weightage also little will decrease, but not much. And again, anything can happen, that also we have to understand, right? Then the next classification was on how many questions have come from easy, then how many are from medium, and how many questions have come from difficult level also, right? So easy level questions, these classification we have done based upon the level of knowledge the student will be having, on an average the student will be having. So according to the student's perspective only, we have classified the level of these questions. So most of you will be also facing in the same classification while solving also, right? So easy level there were 12 questions, then medium level there were 8 questions, and difficult level there were of 4 questions, right? So in this manner, level of test paper was also there. So if you understand here, 12 questions came from easy level, and 8 questions came from medium level, and 4 came from difficult level. Yesterday's paper, 2 questions only came from a difficult level morning session, but today there are more questions have come, which will be more time consuming or conceptually stronger questions. Therefore, today's 23rd January morning session paper, we cannot say it is easy, right? So it is to the moderate level only, and therefore you have to be careful. But one thing we can understand by solving yesterday morning, afternoon and today morning paper, all questions they are framing from NCERT based only. So those students who have focused in preparation for NCERT level, definitely 100% they will be securing good marks in chemistry, right, in JEE Main. So this is the overall analysis for chemistry paper, and altogether 8 numerical questions have come. So out of the physical chemistry, 9 questions have come. Only 1 question was of theoretical, remaining all were of calculation based questions. But these calculations were not very lengthy, they were of to the easy level only, that simply they can be done, but still practice is required, right? So with this I will conclude chemistry paper analysis, and all the best for you. And for now, test paper discussion will happen for chemistry, each and every question, how to solve it and how to get what type of concepts to be used, that all will be explained by our faculties. Thank you.
Hello students, today you did well in the today's examination. Just let's discuss the chemistry paper, right? Right. Okay. So what is the question? First question they given from the organic chemistry, very easiest question they given. What is the question? Which of the following react with Innsberg reagent is the question. Right, with Innsberg reagent, 1 degree amines, right, with Innsberg reagent, what will react? 1 degree amines and 2 degree amines will be react with Innsberg reagent. 3 degree amines are not react with what, Nana? Innsberg reagent, right na? Right, first they given aniline. Yes, it react with Innsberg reagent, it gives the positive test with Innsberg reagent. NN dimethyl aniline as a tertiary amine, NN dimethyl aniline, this is the tertiary amine. This does not give the positive test with Innsberg reagent. B is the not the answer. And methylamine, obviously it is the 1 degree amine, so it gives the Innsberg test. And this one also gives the, this is the secondary. D also gives the positive Innsberg reagent test. So then answer is A is correct, C is correct, and D is correct, right? A, C, D, and our option you have to give third one. Third one is the right option, right? Right. Next one, among following the most stable carbene ion. The most stable carbene ion, yes, obviously aromatic carbene ions are most stable carbene ions, right? Here there is no aromaticity, it is non-aromatic compound. This is aromatic compound as it contains the 6 pi electrons, and this is, here we have the resonance but not aromatic, it is also non-aromatic compound, it is also non-aromatic compound. So most stable carbene ion is what? Aromatic carbene ion, this is the answer, right? Next question. Right, which of the following compound can show phase and merisomers? Facial and meridional isomerism exhibited by the what kind of complexes? Ma3, B3 kind of complexes. We have second option, you people can take CO. Here you can take complex, octahedral complex. This is the facial complex, NH3, NH3. Here we have the NH3, this we get the facial isomer, right? What is the meridional? We have the Cl here, here we have the Cl, NH3 and NH3, and here we have the Cl, here we have the NH3, this is the meridional isomers. Ma3, B3 kind of complexes shows the facial and meridional isomerism. So what is the option we have to give? Second option is the correct one, right? Let's move to second one. This question given from the D black elements, you people should remember, they asking most of the questions from the inorganic D black and the what? Complex compounds. So you people have to focus on the D black elements, and most of the D black elements you have to prepare from the NCERT. Right, it is given which of the following pair ions are same colored. Let us see first one, Ti plus 4, D0 configuration, there is no unpaired electrons, and we have the V plus 3, this is also having the D0 configuration, 24, 22, 20. Okay, right, here this will become colorless, and we have to see the NCERT, they given clearly about the colors of all the ions in the NCERT, and Cr plus 2, Cu plus 2 gives the blue color. So the correct answer is second option, right? Next one, which of the following does not belongs to the same period in the modern periodic table? You people know that in the 3D series we have the iron, cobalt, nickel, we have the ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, these are belongs to one period, these are belongs to one period, and osmium, iridium, platinum also belongs to another period, right? In the given options, iridium, osmium, platinum belongs to same period, whereas palladium does not belongs to same period, then this is the answer. Correct answer is first one. So that's the right. If 2 grams of phenol, what is the question? If 2 grams of phenol is allowed to react with bromine water, how much bromine will be required to produce the 2,4,6 tribromophenol? Round off to nearest integer. Right. See here, phenol, 1 mole phenol requires 3 moles of bromine. It gives the what? 2,4,6 tribromophenol, which is white PPT. Right? Actually, this reaction we also used for the test of phenols and test of amines, like that, right? Aniline, right? Like so, 2 grams of, it's a mole concept problem. 2 grams of phenol allowed to react with bromine water. How much bromine will be required to produce the 2,4,6 tribromophenol? Right. So what is the molecular weight? 74 grams. 74 grams of phenol requires 3 into 160 grams of bromine. But actual question asked for the how many grams? 2 grams. 2 grams phenol requires how much bromine? If you did the cross multiplication, 2 into 3 into 160 by, I think it is 92, 77, 16, 93, 94, right. Okay. 2 grams, 94 grams required, 3 into 160 grams of bromine, 2 grams required, how much? 2 into 3 into 160 by 94. If you solve this one, approximately we get the what, Nana? 10 grams of bromine is required to form the 2,4,6 tribromophenol, right? Next, if 10 power 21 molecules are removed from x milligrams of CO2, then 2.4 into 10 power minus 3 moles are left. Calculate the value of x. Okay, right. Right, how many moles they given? Number of moles taken. X milligrams, na? X into 10 power minus 3 by. X into 10 power minus 3 by 44. How many moles removed? Number of moles removed is equals to 10 power 21 by Avogadro number 6 into 10 power 23. Right, number of moles left. Number of moles left is equals to 2.4 into what? 10 power minus 3. What they asked for, calculate the value of x. X is present in number of moles of taken. So we can take number of moles of taken minus number of moles of removed is equals to what, Nana? Number of moles of left. Then take the values and solve the problem. X into 10 power minus 3 by 44 minus 10 power 21 by 6 into 10 power 23 is equals to number of moles left they given 2.4 into 10 power minus 3. If we solve this problem, we get the, what is the answer? 179 milligrams. The correct answer is 179. Next question. Okay, identify the product formed in the following reaction. It is the PYQ. Number of times they asked in the examination, JEE examination. So it is involved in what, Nana? Aldol condensation and Kenny-Jarrow reaction. Okay, first you have to take this one, CH3, CH2, COH, CHO, propanol. First what happened? Acid-base reactions takes place. Here we have the acidic hydrogen. First acid-base reaction takes place. Right, acid-base reaction takes place. What happened? CH3, CH minus, and here you get the CHO. This will attack on the formaldehyde. What kind of reaction it is? Nucleophilic addition. Here it attacks and this one will shift. Then what you get? CH3, CH, and what you get? CH2OH, and here we have the CHO. And again we have the active hydrogen, and again acid base reaction takes place, and this will get minus charge. Here we get the negative charge. Again nucleophilic addition takes place on the another mole of formaldehyde, and finally Kenichiro reaction takes place. Then you get the option 1. The correct answer is option 1, right? Here acid base reaction is involved, and what nucleophilic addition is involved, and Kenichiro reaction also involved. Okay, right. Incorrect statement among the following: SO2 act as the oxidizing agent but not reducing agent. No. Sulfur, what is the maximum oxidation state of sulfur? Maximum oxidation state of sulfur is +6. In the maximum oxidation state, it does not undergoes the disproportionation. It doesn't. It minimum oxidation state also, it does not undergoes the reduction. It does not undergoes the reduction. It undergoes the what? Oxidation. It can expand its oxidation state na, +2, +4, +6 up to +6, but it can't expand its oxidation state more than +6. Any element in its maximum oxidation state, it can't expand its oxidation state, then it does not act as the oxidizing agent. But here in the sulfur dioxide, sulfur is in the what oxidation state? +4 oxidation state, right? Sulfur will become S+2 and S0. Sulfur will become S+6. That means it undergoes the oxidation, it can undergoes the reduction. It can undergoes the reduction means it act as the oxidizing agent. It undergoes the oxidation means it act as the reducing agent. So sulfur is not in maximum oxidation state in the SO2. Sulfur is in +4 oxidation state. When it is in the +4 oxidation state, it can act as the oxidizing agent, it can act as the reducing agent. So that the option given is wrong. SO2 can act as the oxidizing as well as the reducing agent, right? Let's move to next question. Consider the following. This is the very regular question in the JEE main, right? It's based on the frost cycle. Here they given the what? FeO4 -2. How many volts EMF is involved? 2 volts. Here 0.8 volts, and then get the Fe +2, and here 0.5 volts, and finally Fe0. Okay, then what we have to find out? E0, FeO4 -2, Fe +2. Here iron is in what oxidation state? +6. And how many electrons are involved? You people can take N1, N1 is 3. Here iron is in what oxidation state? +3 to +2. Number of electrons are involved is what, Nana? 1. Then what is the question we have to find out? FeO4 -2, Fe +2. Here +6 +2. How many electrons are involved in the reaction? 4 electrons. Then E3 is equals to N1 E1 plus N2 E2 by N3. What is the E3? N1 is what, Nana? N1 is how many electrons are involved? 3 into 2 plus, and here Fe +3, Fe +2, how many electrons are involved? 1. Then N2 is 1, and what is its EMF they given? 0.8. And what is the N3? N3 is equals to 4. 6 plus 0.8 by 4, and 6.8 by 4. And you get the 1.7 volts. What is the answer? 1.7. 1.7 is the answer, right? Let's move to next question. It's a very easy basic question they given. Direct formula based question from the thermodynamics they given, right? So they given the delta H and delta S and temperature, and they asked for the Gibbs free energy. What is the relation between the Gibbs free energy and delta H and delta S? Delta G is equals to delta H minus T delta S. And delta G is equals to, they asked to calculate in joules per mole. So all the values should be in the joules per mole. 55 into 10 power 3 joules minus what is the temperature? 298 Kelvin into 175. Then what you get? 2850 joules delta G you get. Delta G is equals to 2850 joules, right? Next session will continue by another chemistry faculty, right? Thank you.
Hello to all the amazing JEE aspirant. This is your chemistry faculty Komal ma'am. So let's continue the question. Okay, let's see now what the next question is. Next question is in estimation of sulfur by Carrier's method. 160 gram of organic compound gives 466 gram barium sulfate. Okay, what it is asking? Percentage of sulfur in organic compound. Percentage of sulfur it is asking. Percentage of sulfur will be total mass of sulfur. This will be your total mass of sulfur divided by mass of organic compound. Mass of organic compound. Let's see what is the total mass of sulfur. Mass of one sulfur, that is 32 gram, into number of sulfur, and what is the mass of organic compound given? That is 160 gram. This is 160 grams. So first we have to find out how many sulfur atoms we are having. So what it is saying that organic compound is giving you barium sulfate. So taking your sulfur to be conserved. So let's see. BaSO4. You can see 1 mole of BaSO4 is giving you 1 mole of sulfur. Like in 1 BaSO4 there is 1 sulfur. So 1 mole BaSO4 will give you 1 sulfur atom. Right? So let's see how many moles of BaSO4 I am having. Given mass 466 upon molar mass. How to find out molar mass? BaSO4. So when you find out the molar mass, barium plus sulfur plus oxygen, so it comes out to be 233. It comes out to be 233. So here you will get 2 moles of BaSO4. Here you will get 2 moles of BaSO4. 1 mole was giving 1 mole of sulfur. So 2 mole will give 2 moles of sulfur. So how many moles of sulfur you got? You got the 2 moles of sulfur. Just multiplying it. 32 into 2 divided by 160. Now percentage you are finding. Just multiply it by 100. So just simply solve the question. 64 by 160 into 100, you will get 40%. You will get answer 40%. Hope easy question, mole concept. I hope everyone got this question. Going on to the next question. This is from the organic compound. Now mix of this question came in the yesterday exam as well. So share this live with your friends as much as possible, because this is gonna help them out that what can come in the upcoming exams. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Consider the following sequence of reaction and find the molecular mass of the. Okay, so final product we have to find the molecular mass. Let's see what will be the final product. Br2 FeBr3. Okay, so this is going to give us Br positive. The first reagent is going to give us Br positive. So electrophilic addition reaction we are going to do. So basically first it will give me now this time you are having the ortho position, para position, because at the final product you have to find out the molecular mass only. So you can put the Br at anywhere, ortho and para, but preferable, the best position is Br. Right? Because the electron giving group is much preferable than electron withdrawing group. Okay, moving on further, what we are having, SnHCl. Again, reduction of NO2, giving you what? NH2. Here you are having CH3. And then here you are having Br. Correct? Okay. Then it is very diazonium. Diazo you have to do NaNO2 and HCl. Then following by H3PO2. It will end up giving you what? It will end up giving you product. This thing. Correct? Now what you have to find out, what product you got? C7H7Br. What do you need? Molecular mass. What do you need? Molecular mass. Molecular mass of carbon 12 into 7 plus 7 into 1 plus Br 80 into 1. So when you find out the answer, answer comes out to be 171 gram. So what is the molecular mass? 171 gram. The option 3 is your correct answer. Option 3 is your correct answer. Hope you got this right, everyone. Moving on to the next question. Now see, what's the next question? Very easy. Chemical bonding question. So match the column 1 with the column 2 and choose the correct answer. BF3. First of all, what it is saying you? BF3. Trigonal planar, right? So center atom, boron. If you count the electron on the boron, how many electron on the boron there are? 6 electron. So this species comes into the electron deficient species. So my A will come under electron deficient species. It is having the less than 8 electrons. So let's see, A is having the fourth answer. So how many A are having the fourth option? Second or third? That means 1 will be wrong and then 4 will be wrong. Answer will only be from the 2 and 3. So let's moving on to the next one. CCl4CO2. I guess this you might be finding easy. CCl4 carbon having the octet complete. CO2 again, you will, when you count the carbon central atom, having the octet complete. That means B is having the complete octet. Third one belongs to B. So B is having third one. So dekho bhai, answer we got it. Answer is will be 3. That because when A is having fourth one, B is having 3 1. So bhai ye bhi wrong ho jata hai. Let's see for the C. C PCl5 BrF5. PCl5 BrF5 more than 8 electron on the center atom, super octet. Obviously follow what? Expanded octet, that is C will follow 2. And NO, nitrogen 7 electron, oxygen 8 electron. What? Odd electron species, right? So answer will be 3. Chemical bonding, answer will be 3. Chemical bonding question, super easy. Going to the next question. Identify the stability order, aromaticity. Simple, straight question came. So let's find out the first one. If you see the first compound, then you can see it is cyclic, it is planar, it is having resonance, right? Cyclic, planar, resonance, but having the even electron pair. That means 4 electron pair. That means 4 electron it is having. That means my P is anti-aromatic. What is my P? P is anti-aromatic, right? Then moving on to the Q. Q, you can see again cyclic, planar, resonance. Cyclic resonance is there. So when you see the electron pair, it is having the 6 electron. 3 electron pair, 6 electron total. It comes under the category of aromatic. It comes under the category of aromatic. Very simple, very straight question. The last one, if you'll see, so this exists something in this type of structure, right? Just a minute. Let's see. So it comes under the category of non-planar. It comes under the category of non-planar. So it comes under the category of non-aromatic. It comes under the category of non-aromatic. Right, class? So what is the stability order? We know the very well stability order. Aromatic is having the highest stability. Then we are having the stability of non-aromatic, that is R. Then the anti-aromatic is the least stable. So QRP option 1 is the correct. QRP option 1 is the correct. Hope you all got it right. Coming to the next question. Let's see what's the next question. Okay, CONH3X, Cl3 has 0.1 molar, 100% dissociation. Delta TF is equals to 0.558, Kf is equals to 1.86. Then formula of the compound, simple formula based question. What is the formula? Hope you got it at that time. What's the formula? Delta THF I Kf into molality. Right? What is the I here? Delta THF divided by Kf into M. What is the delta THF? 0.558 divided by Kf, value of Kf 1.86 into molality 0.1. Molality 0.1. So when you solve this question, the approximate value comes out to be 3. That means I equal to 3. I equal to 3 means number of ions here. Number of ions on dissociation you will get 3. Number of ions on dissociation you will get 3. So let's see the first molecule. When you will dissociate it, you will get the 4 ions here, 3 Cl negative and 1 this coordinate ion. And then the second one, if you will dissociate it, you will get 2 ions, 1 Cl negative and 1 the complex ion. And the last, third one, if you will see, third one. So you'll get 2 Cl negative and then 1 complex. So this is your answer because here you will got the 3 ions. Here you got the 3 ions. So option C is the correct answer. Hope you all got it right. So this much with you and us. And now handing on to the another question to the next. Okay, thank you everyone.
Next question will continue here. See, this question is direct question from ionic equilibrium. So you can see this question. So they given pH value, how much? 9. And pKb they given, and pKb equal 10 power minus 6. For a base weak of concentration, how much? 10 power minus 3 m. What is the value of x? So find simply here, this is weak base they mention. When they given weak base, how to calculate pH formula? That's you know very well. So POH equal to half into pKb minus log C. We can use this one. But here they given pH. We know very well pH plus POH equal to 14. Then you can get the POH value. It's 9 and POH equal to 14. Then POH equal to how much you can expect? 14 minus 9, it's approximately 5. It's a value. Then substitute here, it's 5. Then half into pKb minus log C. What is the C value? 10 power minus 3. It's 10 power minus 3. So obviously it will come log A power m formula. Then half into pKb, this is minus of minus plus 3. So now this is 5. Then 2 into 5, 10 equal to pKb plus 3. Then what you can expect here? pKb equal to 10 minus 3, nothing but 7. Then if you take pKb equal to 10 power, sorry, this is 7. So it is 7. If you take here Kb, anti-logarithm, Kb equal to 10 power minus 7. So what is the x value here? 7. That is your answer. Now we can say it is from basics of thermodynamics. We can find easily. See which is you know terms easily, which you can identify very easily. Isochore you can identify, isothermal you can identify very easily, and Q equal 0 we can identify. Now see, when volume is constant, which is that is called isochoric process. So Q, what will get? Q 3. So which option this is? So everyone Q is 3, fine. Next. When heat is exchanged, but there no heat is exchanged, its meaning Q, delta Q equal to 0, it is adiabatic process. Then R what you can get? 2. So Q3 R2. So which option is matching? That's only B. This answer we got it. Then you can see here when volume change is 0 means delta W also 0, work done also 0. Got it? Then P is 1. It is also matching. Then S we can find work done by the gas is equal to heat change to the gas. That's the finally isothermal process, because you know that one delta U equal to Q plus W. In isothermal process, internal energy, change in internal energy equal to 0, then Q equal to W, just opposite sign, that's all. Now it is very basic question from coordination compounds. So you can see very easily this you can solve it. It is not that difficult, very basic question. So they given here complex is octahedral complex and cobalt 2 complex having magnetic moment 3.95. If I am getting 3.95 means it have unpaired electrons is 3. Unpaired electrons is 3. In which option you have unpaired electrons is 3, that's you need to find out. Okay. So you can see here, first option you can check it. If you think that one, T2Z and easy. This is T2Z and this is easy. If you fill the electrons, so T2Z 5, you can fill each box 1, 1, then followed by pair up. How many unpaired electrons here? Here 2 electrons and here 1. Total 3 unpaired electron. If you substitute magnetic momentum n into n plus 2 root of Bm. So here we can get n value is nothing but 3. So that is the reason we said 3. Now where we are getting 3 unpaired electrons? So option A is matching for you. Option A is matching for you. So it is basic question basically. It is not the difficult one. Now one more question came. It is directly from NCERT. Only sidings. Even you don't want to learn anything here, just sidings. See Sandmeyer's reaction. Sandmeyer reaction we can find out where they given cyanobenzene. So Sandmeyer reaction means benzene diazonium chloride N2 plus Cl minus. If you are using CuCN, so cyanide going to be replaced. AR-SN type reactions. This is AR-SN type reaction. So AP. So A is P. Next, Schwarz reaction. You can find Schwarz reaction A is fluorine exchange. You will get fluorine. So Q. B is Q. Wurtz-Fittig reaction. So that is benzene with X plus Rx in presence of dry ether. Sodium dry ether. We can expect the answer is alkyl benzene. This is alkyl benzene. So ethyl benzene is Wurtz-Fittig reaction. Finkelstein reaction. It is Finkelstein reaction iodine exchange. So D is S. D is S. Next A is P. B is Q. We can get the answer 1. We'll expect answer is 1. Got it? Next. Given below are 2 statements. It is from practical organic chemistry. It is 11th standard. You can get directly from NCERT. Here no twist, direct statement this is. During Lassen test, covalent compounds is converted into ionic compound. Correct only. So organic compound we are treating with sodium metal. Why we are treating? To get ionic compound. So that's nothing but, for example here, X is there in this compound plus Na will get NaX. Like this. Then if you have sulfur, sulfur plus Na will get Na2S. So all these are ionic compounds. Basically you have test only for cations and anions. We don't have covalent compounds directly. So that is the reason we are treating sodium metal with organic compound. Reason to convert into ionic compound. So statement 1 is correct. And statement 2, it is also directly from NCERT, direct statement. So whenever Na4, FeCN6 we are treating with Fe2SO4 taken twice, we will get Prussian blue. We will get Prussian blue. It is also correct statement. Okay. So statement 1 and 2 both are correct. Which option that is? C. Next. This is basic phenol question, but they are asking here stoichiometric calculations. Reaction also they given everything information here. So phenol, this is the phenol plus bromine water. When you are using bromine water, we will get tribromination. We will get tribromination. So tribromophenol. This is a very famous equation in our NCERT. So, but they didn't ask regarding this equation. They are asking stoichiometric calculations. They are asking stoichiometric calculations. That's very simple. You can see. Find the balance the equation first. How much? 3 bromines required here, because we'll get here 3 HBr. So 3 bromines. If you calculate the molecular weight here, benzene is 78. By removing one hydrogen, we'll get 77. Phenol 17. So it's approximately 94 is the molecular weight. So we need here 3 into Br2 mass is how much? 160. So 94 grams will give 3 into 160 grams a requirement. Now 2 grams how much? 2. How much you can expect here? Cross multiplication. So X is your answer. So 2 into 3 into 160 by 94. By solving this is approximately you can get 10.2. So option C is matching for you. Next. Yeah, this is from chemical kinetics. This is NCERT solid example type question. From NCERT solid example. See, A gas state gives rise to B gas state. So initially, how much they given? Initial pressure was 0.6 atm. It is 0.6. When t equal to 0, if reaction not started, after a time t how much they given? 100 seconds. At 100 seconds, some of the reactant is converted into product. This is now after 100 seconds, P total pressure equal to, we have to add all gases system. Here what is the gases here? A and 2B. A is 0.6 minus P plus B is 2P. So we will get here 0.6 plus P. I need to find the P value. So by using basic first order equation, so rate constant K equal to 2.303 by T log of A by A minus X. This is everyone you know. There is a direct equation. So K value how much they provided here? They given here 4.606 into 10 power minus 2. This is the K value. Then 2.303 by T how much they given? 100 seconds. 100. Log of. Initially pressure how much? 0.6. This is 0.6. Initially they given here pressure is 0.6. So I can substitute here 0.6 by this is after some time t, what is the remaining? 0.6 minus p. 0.6 minus p. By solving this equation, you can get this is 2 times and this 100 into 10 power minus 2. It is also going to be cancelled. Then 2 equal to log of 0.6 by 0.6 minus p. By taking anti-logarithm, this is 10 power 2, 0.6 by 0.6 minus p. By solving this is p value, you can expect p equal to 0.549. But they are asking p total. So p total equal to 0.6 plus 0.549 549. It is approximately 1.194 something will get 149. This is your answer. Okay, right. It is basically from first order rate constant formula. Now we can see it is from ionic equilibrium. This is selective precipitation. When they given two or more ions, which ion going to be precipitate first? So basic idea is this is who have less solubility, those ions going to be precipitate first. So first we have to find the solubility values. Who have less S, that is more soluble. So first let me find the solubility of each compound. So here base they given anyway. First case, this is KSP equal to, so KSP expression, concentration of A plus into OH minus square. This is A is 1, this is 2. So it is X equal to 1 and Y equal to 2. So we know that one KSP equal to X power X into Y power Y, S power X plus Y. By applying that formula, you can get the expression. Or basic dissociation you can apply. So what is the concentration of A they given A2 plus? So 1 m they given. So KSP value 9 into 10 power minus 10 equal to 1 into OH minus square. By calculating, you can get here OH minus equal to 9 into 10 power minus 10 root of. It's nothing but 3 into 10 power minus 5. So this much concentration require OH minus to precipitate A OH twice. This is the minimum concentration required. So you can find the KSP of B OH thrice also. It is AB3 type. So if you find KSP of this one, B plus 3 concentration into OH minus cube. So B again they given 1. It is 27 into 10 to the power of minus 18 equal to 1 into OH minus whole cube. By calculating here OH minus concentration, this is 27 into 10 to the power of minus 18. So approximately how much you can expect? Cube root this is. Cube root. So what you can write? 3 cube you can write this is, and this is 6 into 10 power minus 6 power 3. So approximately you can get 3 into 10 power minus 6. So OH minus concentration is 3 into 10 power minus 6 here, and previous case this is now we can say where is the less concentration required. So second case we required very less concentration. So B OH thrice precipitate first, but A OH twice doesn't precipitate. After B OH thrice precipitation, then start the A OH twice. Next, physics are going to be continued. Next subject.
Hello students. So hope those who have given the exams, their exam was good, and those who are going to give the next sessions, they are ready for the next session exams, right? Your preparation is good. So, as expected, the paper was almost of same level. Like, we can't say that, okay, physics was very, very easy or very, very tough. It was moderate, like few questions were very easy, and few questions were differently moderate level. We can't say that, okay, any very tough questions were there. 1-2 questions were lengthy, which is coming in every session differently, but most of the questions were very basic, and few questions were differently moderate also. So let's see that what was the level. So hi, I am Sisir Kumar, and I am a physics teacher, and we are going to discuss the mains paper of morning shift. So, this is the first question. Radius of electron on ground state of hydrogen is A naught. The radius of electron in He plus ion in the third excited state is A, then ratio of A is to A naught. So this question you have done in chemistry as well as physics also. So we know that radius is given by R. Sir, where is the argument? Closing, it's not working. Okay, so radius is given by R equal to R naught into n square upon z. This is the formula of radius of the electron moving in nth orbit for a Bohr atomic model. So here for ground state in hydrogen atom, R is equal to R naught, and they are saying that this is A naught. So A naught is equal to R naught. Now, in case of helium plus ion, the R will be in the third excited state, right? So in the third excited state, here lots of students have made the mistakes also. So lots of time we have seen that, okay, here they take n equal to 3. But we know that third excited state means fourth orbit, right? So here n will be equal to 4. So for helium, R equal to R naught into n square, that is 4 square upon z, and z is 2. So 16 upon 2, that is 8. So R is given as here, third excited is A, so A is equal to 8. So now they have asked A naught upon A, which is 1 upon 8. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Now moving to the next one, the electric flux phi is related with linear density lambda and charge density, surface charge density and linear charge densities are given. Now this is phi, and they are asking us the ratio unit of the dimension of the ratio of alpha beta is to alpha. So here the dimension of alpha into lambda will be equal to the dimension of phi, and dimension of beta into sigma will also be equal to the dimension of phi flux. Okay, because they are in addition and subtraction format, so obviously their unit and dimension will be same, right? All the terms will have same unit and dimensions. So from here we got the idea that, okay, because here these will have same unit and dimension, but the fact is that we don't have to find the dimension of alpha or beta separately, we have to find the ratio. So when we will try to find the ratio, so just divide this by this, that is beta into lambda upon sigma, okay, sorry, beta into sigma upon alpha into lambda. So this thing, when we are dividing these two, it is dimensionless. For this to be dimensionless, the dimension of beta upon alpha should be equal to the dimension of reciprocal of this thing, that is lambda upon sigma. And lambda is charge per unit length, and sigma is charge per unit area whose dimension will be L square. So after going up, after cancelling, we are getting L. So this will be equal to the displacement part. Okay. Now, next is the displacement of the particle is given as a function of this one. Again, this question is also a question of unit and dimension. So generally they don't ask same type of question from the same chapter, but as it is a memory based question, we are not 100% sure, but okay, we are guessing that okay, these are correct questions. So according to that, if we are considering it correct, then all these four terms will again have the same unit and dimension, right? So in that case, over here, if this is x having meter, then this term will also have meter, this term will also have meter, and this term will also have meter, and this term will also have meter, right? From here, a sin t will have dimension equal to meter, means L. So here sin t will don't have dimension, so dimension of A is L. Similarly, cos square theta don't have any dimension, so dimension of B is also dimension of length, that is L. Ct squared, c into secant square, or in dimension c into t square will have dimension equal to L. So dimension of c will be L upon t square, that is L t to the power minus 2, and then dimension of d will again be equal to L. Now we have to find the dimension of a, b, c upon d. So dimension of a, b, c upon d will give you what? L into L into, so L into L into L t to the power minus 2 upon L. L square t to the power minus 2. So this is the correct answer. Okay. Moving to the next question. A small point object is placed as some distance from a, so this is a point object, this is a spherical surface, and from here it is placed at some distance. Okay. Radius of the curvature is r and refractive index is 1.5 of this material. Okay. So now it was found that the image formed due to this surface over here is at an equal distance from the surface, right? If this distance is x, then image is also formed at a distance x. So we have to find, object is placed as a distance x, then find x. So we have to find the distance x. Here r is the radius of curvature of this curved surface. So we know for any curved surface, formula is mu2 upon v minus mu1 upon u is equal to mu2 minus mu1 upon r. So mu2 is 1.5, v is x minus mu1 is 1 because object is kept in the air, and u is again minus x with sign convention is equal to mu2 minus mu1 1.5 minus 1 upon r, that will be positive. So this is the thing. From here this will become 3 upon 2x plus 1 upon x is equal to 0.5 r. From here 3 to 5 upon 2x is equal to 0.5 r. So from here we are getting x equal to 5 r, right? So this is the correct option. Okay. So it was just a formula based question. We need to apply a sign convention, that's it. Okay. Moving to the next question. This is a v versus t curve. We have to find the distance traveled up to 30.5 seconds. Okay. This data can vary because it was a memory based question. I am telling that thing again and again, but if this data is correct, then this is the position up to which we have to find the what? Distance traveled. So in case of v versus t curve, we know that distance traveled is given by, like if as distance is positive here, so obviously integration of v dt, right? So here this area we have to calculate, right? So either you can break it in the triangle, then a square, a rectangle, and then this a rectangle, or we can use this as a trapezium. So here distance will be half into sum of parallel sides for this trapezium. I am taking this as a trapezium, but you can take it as a triangle also, triangle then a square and all. So half into sum of parallel sides, that is 200 plus 400 into gap between them, this is 2 seconds, plus this area, that is length 30.5 minus 2 into breadth, that is 400. This is getting cancelled. 600 plus 28.5 into 400. So after calculating this, we are getting around 12 kilometer. Okay. So this will be the correct answer if the data are given like this. Okay. Next question is, two identical ball of mass m and radius r are released from rest, okay, on two inclined planes of length L as shown in the diagram. Okay, these are two inclined plane from the same length at a distance, same distance L from the base. These two spheres are released. Now we have to find the ratio of v1 square to the v2 square when it will reach on the ground. Means when it is reaching here, the velocity is v1. When it is reaching here, the velocity is v2. So we have to find the ratio of v1 square to the v2 square. Now we know that on the inclined plane, acceleration is given by g sine theta upon 1 plus I upon m r square. Okay, right? So over here, for both of them, like this is a sphere, this is a sphere, so acceleration will be same. Now we have to find v. So over here, with it is coming with pure rolling motion, but still v square equal to u square plus 2as, right? Clear? So here we have to find v1 square, v2 square. The thing is that when we will find v1 square upon v2 square, we will get 2a1s. a1 will be different because theta is different. Rest of the all of the things are same, but theta is different. So no need to put the values of I and all, right? Just 2a2s. So from here, v1 square upon v2 square is equal to a1 upon a2. That is sine theta 1 upon sine theta 2. Sine theta 1 is 30 degree, that is 1 upon 2, and sine theta 2 is 45 degree, so it is 1 upon root 2. So finally 1 upon root 2 will be the answer. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, now moving to the next question. Okay, hot water moves, like this is a assertion region type, but this is not exactly assertion region, just we have to choose the statements. So hot water moves faster than cold water. Obviously we know that, okay, when we are giving heat to anything, obviously energy will increase and hot water moves faster than the cold water. That is correct. Mainly the statement 2 is important here. Soap water have higher surface tension than fresh water. Okay. Generally a student thinks that, okay, yes sir, when we are mixing soap, then bubble gets formed easily, soap bubble. But that is not a correct concept. Okay. Soap basically decreases the surface tension, and that's why we use detergent to just wash our clothes. We have seen that lots of air bubbles are being formed by with some like toys and all, but actually over there they mix some sugar also inside it so that the surface tension can increase. Otherwise normally the surface tension will decrease. So here statement 2 is 1 is true, but statement 2 is false, so this is the correct answer. Okay. Now moving to the next question. F equal to x square y I cap and y square j cap is acting on one of the particle along the line y equal to x for the displacement a equal to 0, 0 and to b equal to 4, 4. Okay, we have to find the work done. All right. Now work done equal to, we know that integration of f dot dx if only x direction is there, but if this is in x and y direction, then we write dx I cap plus dy j cap. So from here f is x square y I cap plus y square j cap dot dx I cap plus dy j cap. Okay. So over here we will get, after taking dot product, x square y dx plus integration of y square dy. So now we can put the limit, as here this is dx, so 0 to 4, and here 0 to again 4. Okay. Now the problem is that, okay, here there are two variables, so obviously we know that x equal to y, so we can put like this. So here it will become x cube dx 0 to 4 plus y square dy 0 to 4. After integrating, we are getting x to the power 4 upon 4 plus y cube upon 3. So finally we can write, this is 4 to the power 4 upon 4, that is 4 cube, plus it is also 4 cube upon 3, right? 4 cube will come common, 3 1 4, so 4 to the power 4 upon 3, so I think this will be 256 upon 3, right? Okay, so moving to the next question. Okay, so this question, like column matching type is there. Now this question has like lots of misconception among the students today also, because different students gave it in different format. Like this question, you saw that, okay, we discussed in the chemistry also in different format. Okay, so here, if we are considering that, okay, these statements are correct, then according to this question, like column 1, when volume change is 0, obviously we know that that process is known as what? Isochoric process. So P will be 1. When pressure is constant, so that is known as isobaric process. When no heat is exchanged, so that is known as adiabatic process. And work done by the gas is equal to the heat given to the gas. So we know that in case of isothermal process, delta U equal to NCV delta T, and as isothermal process is there, so delta T will be 0. So from here we can say that delta Q will be equal to delta W from first law of thermodynamics. So in this case, work done by the process will be equal to the heat supplied. So this is the correct answer. Okay. So from here we got the idea that, okay, P is 1, P is 1. This is the only option in which P is 1, so directly we can take, or we can check the others also. Q is 3, R is 2, and then S is again 4. Okay. So few questions are there which are only based on theories. Like if you know the definition, you can get the answer. Okay. So easily we can get the answer over here. Like that question also based on surface tension and all. That was also a theory based question. Okay. Now moving to the next question. In this DC circuit, find the current through 12 ohm resistor when it is in a steady state. Now we know that in case of a steady state, a normal inductor works like a normal wire, ideal wire. So over here, I is equal to E upon R. It will act like an ideal wire. So E is just 12 upon R is 12. That is 1 ampere. Okay. So this is the current in the circuit, because inductor works, it opposes the current only in case of either AC circuit or in the beginning of the circuit. When we turn on the current, that time it will oppose the current. Otherwise it acts like a normal circuit. Okay. So now rest of the questions will be continued by ASM sir, and after that it will be followed by Mohit Bhatia sir. Okay. Thanks. Best of luck.
Okay, hello everyone, right? So let's move forward. This one is the question from the center of mass, right? It's easy one. Let's see what they're asking. They are saying find the position of center of mass of uniform disk of radius 20 centimeter with respect to the previous origin I. Okay, this is the previous origin we have. Initially it's given, right? So they are saying if we are getting a 5 centimeter disk from it, then what will be the center of mass over here? So now you can see how we are solving it, right? You can just take this one as a complete, a plus this cavity over here, right? So we can say here is it's given, the origin is over here, right? And for this one it's given, the coordinate is 15, 0 we have, right? So how we are calculating the center of mass from this one? It's a basically superposition principle, or simply you can apply the position of center of mass is m1 x1, there is only x-axis, so we can take x only, m1 x1 plus m2 x2 by m1 plus m2. You know how we are solving it? For mass you can say it's a uniform disk is here, so can we say mass can be written as sigma mass per unit area into area of that one, right? So when we are taking this one, so it's a positive mass, it's cut out, so we are using the concept of negative mass over here, right? So what we'll write over here in this one? In this one you can say we are writing m1, what is the mass over here? Sigma into, let's say this area is capital R, and let's say this area is what? Smaller. It's given, but we'll put the value later, right? So in this one, sigma into, this is pi r square into, what's the coordinate of this one? 0, minus I am taking that one because we are considering the mass is negative, that is sigma into pi small r square into, this is 15 by m1 plus m2, so it will becomes minus, so you can say sigma into pi r square minus sigma into pi small r square, right? Now you can see in this one, this is equals to, you can say this is r dash over here. Now this one will be cancelled out over here, right? So what's the result we have? This is 0, so this is minus r square into 15 by, this is r square minus r square, right? So r square minus r square. You can see this is minus, what is the value of r over here? Is 5. So it's a 5 into 15 by, this is 20 given, so 20 square minus 5 square. You can see this is a square minus b square. When you will do it, so it will be minus 5 into 15 by, when you do a plus b, it's a 25 into, this is what? 15. So it will be cancelled out over here. So the answer is minus 1, 0, right? So the answer we have is minus 1, 0 over here, right? Okay. Now let's move on the next one. Okay, this is given that the ratio of electric force to the gravitational force between the two particles having charge q1 and q2 and the masses m1 and l2 respectively, they are at same distance. Like you can imagine, this is the mass m1, we have charge q1 over here, this is mass m2, we have charges q2 and distances r. So we have to find the ratio of electric force to gravitational force. So you can say simply this is Fe by Fg. What is the value of Fe? It's k, it's given upon 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, so we can just take it the k in terms of that one, right? So you can say this is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into, this is q1 q2 by r square by, this is z, and this is m1 into m2 by, this is what? R square. So you can say this is the cancel out and you will get the result, right? Okay. Now let's move on the next one. Let's see here. Okay, this is the basic circuit of diode we have. Which one of the correct options for the given circuit for I, V1, V2? V1, V2 is the voltage that we have to find from there, right? Okay, let's see here what's the given we have. This is 6 volt, and you can see this is the diode we have. First you have to see the diode is in forward bias or reverse bias. So you can see this diode is just in forward bias. So if we are considering the ideal diode, we are assuming 0 resistance over here. So now you can see this is 6. So this is 4 and 4 in parallel. So you can imagine 2, 4 and 4, it will become 2 ohm, right? If this is 2 ohm, this is 4 ohm. Again, what's the resultant? We can say 6 ohm over here. So what is the value of current we have? Voltage is 6, and what is total resistance for this one? 6. So value of current is 1 ampere. So reading of this ammeter is what? Reading of this ammeter is 1 ampere, right? Okay. Now let's move ahead of this one. They are saying V1. This is V1, right? So if 1 is passing over here, so V is equals to IR. I is what? I is 1, and what is this? 4. So you can say this is simply 4 volt, right? So this is 4 volt. So voltage across this one is 4 volt, and voltage across this one will be what? 2 volt, right? So let's see what's the answer. We have 1, 4 and 2. So this is the answer we have, right? Okay. Now let's move on the next one. Let's see here.
What is the self-inductance depends on? Okay, self-inductance depends upon what? If we are considering the self-inductance, it depends upon geometry and the medium property, right? You know, like if we are considering a particular case, like let's say if we are taking the solenoid over there, right? So it's a mu naught n square v is there, right? So basically during the lectures we have just told you like the self-inductance is the property of geometry, I mean the configuration of that coil and the medium available, right? Now let's see this one. So the key shown in the circuit is closed at t equals to 0. Okay, let's close it at t equals to 0. So they are asking the things for t equals to 0. If they are asking the things for t equals to 0, then you can see in this one, right? So choose the incorrect option regarding this. Incorrect option we have to choose. Current in the circuit is 0. So at t equals to 0, current is 0? No. At t equals to 0, this capacitor will act as a connecting wire, right? If capacitor will act as a connecting wire, so you can see if this will act as a connecting wire, so what is the current we have? I is equals to E by R at t equals to 0. So this option is incorrect we have, so we don't have to check for the others one, right? Okay, so now the Mohit sir will come and he will take forward, right? Okay, thank you.
So, hello everyone. I guess we have been through this test very properly. So, shift one, last few questions of physics, let's continue further discussion. Okay. So, by the way, these are memory-based questions. Little here and there, it can be there, but the main point to understand is the concepts, the type of formula that we are focusing on these tests is something to underline, right? Okay. Okay, so the question is, if two dipoles, so this is from electrostatics, right? The question from electrostatics, two dipole moment P are placed as shown. So we can easily see that this dipole moment at this point P will create electric field this way, right? And that will be Kp by R cube. And this will create like this, and that will be 2 Kp by R cube. I hope we know the formula is on the axis 2 Kp by R cube, and on the perpendicular by side is Kp by R cube. If this is like this, the direction of electric field is like this. And that is the longest. So 2 Kp by R cube and Kp by R cube are exactly opposite. So 2 minus 1, 1, Kp by R cube will be the answer. Kp by R cube is answer, option number 4, right? Let's go for the next question. Adiabatic constant of a gas is 3 by 2. If volume of gas initially at 0 degrees Celsius is reduced to 1/4 of its original volume, then new temperature is. So when we talk about this type of process, which is adiabatic and adiabatic constant, this is given. So we can use this formula of TV to the power gamma minus 1 equals to. So we can write TIVI gamma to the power minus 1, TFVF gamma to the power minus 1, like PV to the power gamma constant. Same way TV to the power gamma minus 1 equals to constant, right? Going forward, what is given is initial temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So we can write it as 273 Kelvin. What is the V initial? V initial को V initially लिख देते हैं to the power gamma minus 1, 3 by 2 minus 1, which is half, right? TF, final temperature. We need to find, right? What they are asking, new temperature. V final, 1/4 of the volume. So V by 4 to the power half, 3 by 2 minus 1, right? So this we cancel. Root of 1 by 4 is 2. The result of this is 2. So this will be 546 is equals to T. Okay. So the question is, then new temperature they are asking, 546 Kelvin. By the way, one thing to mark is, whenever we use this formula, we use temperature in Kelvin, not in Celsius, right? Okay. Let's go with the next question. Okay. So given a convex lens of refractive index mu2 in a liquid of refractive index mu1, okay, having a radius of curvature R1, R2, then R2 surface is silvered. So exactly same type of question, something like that only came yesterday also in both shift 1 and 2. Silvering of lens might be a very important topic, I guess. Question like this is very, very much important, I guess, because last two shifts, yesterday 22nd January shift, both the shift we had this silvering of lens question. So the formula which we discovered yesterday, or we have already discussed in the class also, 1 by f of the equivalent, I should write equivalent rather, 1 by f of the equivalent is equals to 1 by f of mirror minus 2 by f of lens. Yes or no? This is the formula. Now, this is R2. and this is R1. Okay? It's a little bit calculative because you can see the expression itself. So let's be a little patient while doing it. So this is like minus R2 by 2. Yes or no? This is R1, that is R2. So R2 by 2 minus of 2 by focal length of the lens. Now, 1 by focal length of the lens formula is mu2 by mu1 minus 1 by R1 minus of this minus 1 by R2. So I'm writing the mod here. Okay. We can see this is answer is in mod. So we have to put the sign here and then we have to keep the values only. So multiply both sides by 2. This whole will be plugged in there. So let's solve it. 1 by F equivalent is equals to minus of 2 common. So what is this? R2. It is 1. Focal length of the lens mu2 minus 1. तो यहाँ पे काम करते हैं, LCM ले लेते हैं. Let's take it. Okay, so let's basically take the LCM. Sorry. Okay. Plus mu2 by mu1 minus 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay? Fine. We can see this minus 2 is taken common and 1 by R2, mu2 by mu1. Take the LCM. Let's take the LCM first. So we need to have more space. Okay, let's try. Here only. We have to adjust space issues. Take the LCM. Mu1, R1, R2. R1, R2, right? And mu1 here. So here will be mu1 into R1 plus this 2 is common, right? Next, there is R2 minus R1. There is R2 minus R1 here. And there will be mu2 minus mu1 here. Are we okay with this? So here will be plus. Yeah. Fine. So this is 1 by F equivalent. We want to find, we want to know that where should an object be placed on the optical axis so that the real and inverted images form the same place. It means that we have to keep the final, so equivalently it's a mirror. We have to keep the object at center of curvature so the image is forming at the same place. So once we know this, focal equivalent, double it is the radius. So radius will be what? 2 times of F equivalent. So when we do that, 2 will be cancelled. This minus sign is for the direction. So we can see, while solving this, we can see that mu1 R1 and minus mu1 R1 will be cancelled. Okay, so after simplification, I guess the result will be option number 2, right? Option number 2 is the answer after this solving. Okay, just simplification of this. You can see that minus mu1 R1 plus mu1 R1 will be cancelled, mu2 into R2 plus R1 and mu1 into R2 will be left. So we can see this. Okay, and this is a minus sign. Fine. Okay, so the next question is, what is the dimensional formula of torsional constant? What is torsional constant? It's K. We know that tau is equals to K theta. By the way, this theta is dimensionless. So dimension of torque and dimension of K is same. So K and torque is equals to force into distance, which is like force is mLt minus 2 into L, which is like mL square T minus 2. Right? So that will be option number 1. So again, one more question on dimension. We had seen already one question. This is the second question on dimension. Next, find a time period of a cube of side length 10 centimeter and mass 10 gram oscillating in water. Now, this is like time period is equals to 2 pi. So the basic formula for this, we have discussed in the class. The basic formula is, what is this height, which is immersed in the liquid, that height. 2 pi root over that height by g is the answer for this, right? Now, we need to find that height. How can we find this height? We can understand that the weight of the body is balanced by the upthrust. Right? So what is the weight of the body? 10 gram mass, right? So we can write 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 into g. mg is equals to upthrust. Upthrust is equals to weight of the fluid displaced. So what is it? Let's say area. Area is what? 10 centimeter into 10 centimeter. Na? It's a cube. So that's like 10 square into 10 to the power minus 4 centimeter to meter. Okay? This is into H. So area into height into density of the liquid into G. Is that okay? 10 square 10 to the power minus 4 is the area into H is the volume into density into G. Yes or no? So solving this, G will be simplified here. We have to find the value of this H. 10 to the power minus 4, 10 to the power 3, minus 1. Now this will be 10. This 10 will be cancelled. The value of H will be 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so let's plug in there. 2 pi root over 10 to the power minus 3 by 10, which is 2 pi into root over of 10 to the power minus 4, which is 2 pi into 10 to the power minus 2, right? Okay, so we can write this also as 2 pi by 100, which is pi by 50. Pi by 50. Pi by 50 is option number 2. So it's a mixed concept of fluid and SChem. We do this concept in fluids, right, in the class. We have done this question in the class in fluids. Okay, the concept after Archimedes principle, right? Okay. Next, in a moving coil galvanometer, if the number of turns are increased, so question from instruments, electrical instruments, we always expect question coming from instruments. So in a moving coil galvanometer, if the number of turns are increased, then, so should be options, should be written 1, 2, 3, 4, and it should be written like that. That's how its options are. Okay, so current sensitivity will increase. So what is the formula for current sensitivity? NAB by K. NAB by K, right? Where N is number of turn, A is the area of that coil, B is the magnetic field there, the permanent magnetic field there, and K is like the torsional or the spring constant. Okay, so now, when the number of turns increases, when N increases, current sensitivity will increase, obviously. So option statement 1 is right. When number of turns will increase, obviously the wire length will increase, so resistance will obviously increase. Agreed. Now about voltage. So voltage sensitivity is actually current sensitivity by resistance. Okay? Now when number of turns increases, current sensitivity increases. Also the wire length increases, so resistance also increases. So I cannot assert whether voltage sensitivity will increase or decrease. So we'll not assert anything on this. A galvanometer can be connected to an ammeter by connecting a very, should be a very small resistance. We call it shunt, if it's written shunt. Okay, in parallel with it. Select options having only correct statement. So I agree that 1 is right, 2 is right. 4 is obviously the way of converting an galvanometer into an ammeter, right? So I write 1, 2, 4, both agreed, all 3 agreed, so option C. Okay. Now, one more question on EM wave. So the question is on EM wave. A question like this or some analogous question were asked. The point is we need to highlight the concept being raised in the shift 1 of 23rd January. So we know that, first of all, we know the direction, this expression will not change. This will not change, first of all. Second is, E cross B is the direction of C, right? Okay. E by B is equal to C. So these are the data we need to know, right? And E and B are mutually perpendicular also. So if we know all these 3, I mean, we can answer any question of this type. Let's infuse all the 3. First thing first, this argument will not change because this Z is the direction of the motion of the light, like in which direction light is going. Now we want to write B. B is what? E naught by C. B is equals to E naught by C. B naught is E naught by C. But then there is a direction given for E. Like maybe it's in like a vector way. So these two must be mutually perpendicular. So 4i minus 3j dot 3i plus 4j, if it is 0, then we'll go for this answer. Because anyways this will and this will not change. 1. Going for the next one, this will not be 0. So dot of this and this is not 0. Dot of this and this is not 0. Dot of this and this is not 0. Anyways, there's some faultiness with the expression. So we'll go with the option number 1. E naught by C, 3i plus 4j, dot of them is 0. So they are mutually perpendicular. This argument remains same and B naught equals to E naught by C. Right? So going through this, I hope we have understood this question, right? So we'll go for option 1. So now remaining questions will be continued by Ashit Mishra sir. So I hope you continue with it. I hope we continue with the discussion further of shift 2 in a while only. But for the remaining question, Ashish sir will come. Thank you so much. All the best.
Yeah, okay everyone. So let's see here. This one is the next problem we have, right? Bullet of kinetic energy of 125 joule strike a lead where temperature rises by 50 degree. If the specific heat of the lead is 0.1 joule, okay, then this is basically degree centigrade. Then mass of the lead, okay. So what they are asking to us, they are saying, okay, if we are just using this one, like this is the wooden block or whatever you can imagine, this is the lead we have, which is moving on this side. So when it is coming over here, so what they are saying, okay, it will be stopped. Then what they are saying, half of kinetic energy is used to heat it, right? So half of kinetic energy used to heating, it means we can say, what is the kinetic energy here? 125 joule. So half of that one means 125 by 2 is equals to increase in, it is used to increase the temperature of this one, right? So for increasing the temperature, you know, we are using ms delta T, right? So this is ms delta T over here, right? So for this one, this is 125 by 2 is equals to m, and what is s is given, it's 0.1 into delta T is what, 50, right? So from here we can solve it, right? Okay, now let's see the next one we have. Okay, this is the question we have. A positive ion A and a negative ion B have charges this one and this one, right? Okay, and the masses is given like this and this. Kg respectively, at an instant the ions are separated by a certain distance r. At that instant, the ratio they are asking about the electrostatic force and gravitational force is this. Then what is the value of P they are asking, right? So what is the ratio we have for electrostatic force and the gravitational force? Now you can just see, just now we solved this problem, and in that one they have not given the data, right? But in this one they have given the data. So what, let's put all the data over here. What is K? K, if we are writing directly, so what is the K, Q1, Q2 by R square? K is 9 into 10 to the power 9, okay. What is the Q1 we have? Q1 is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 19, right? Into Q2 is what? It's 9.6 into 10 to the power minus 10, Q1, Q2 by R square by, let's put the Z, Z is what? 6.67, 10 to the power minus 11 into M1 is what? M1 is given as 19.2 into 10 to the power minus 27 into, this is 9 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg we have, right? By R square. So you can say it will be cancelled out over here. 9 will be cancelled out with the 9. And this is 9.6 will cancel out this. It's 2, right? 6.7 will be cancelled out with the 6.7. So what's the result we have? The result is 1 by 2 into 10 to the power. This is minus 27, minus 27, minus 11, okay, 65, 20, 45. So this is 45 we have. So you can just write it like 100 into 10 to the power 43 by 2. So this is basically 5 into 10 to the power 43 we have, okay. So now you can just see over here in this one, sorry, it's 50. This is 50 into 10 to the power 43 over here. Now you can just compare over here. So P is equals to 50 is the answer, right? Okay. Okay, now Mohit sir, let's.
So I hope we have covered the whole discussion very thoroughly. Thanks for joining. We'll be starting with the shift 2 paper discussion very shortly. So stay with us. I hope we do great, right? Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you everyone. Thank you. All the best.